Well, no, we're not starting off like that. Ah, yes, the lubrication needed. Mark Rich, how'd you know I was at the liquor store? I bet you were there. You were stocking up on spirits yourself, weren't you? One of these days, I'm gonna come in early. Tomorrow, okay? That's right. Fam, good to see you. It's Sunday. And pretty soon, fam, you count them down. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got about 4 more Sundays. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 4 more Sundays before it's time. It's time. It's football time. Garoppolo fades back in the pocket. Jimmy G rolls out to his left. It looked like he was going to his right. Jimmy G goes to the other side. George Kittle is wide open in the flat. It's 49ers on their first snap from the beginning of the game. It's a touchdown. God. Who do we play first? I blanked out. Fam, today's headline subject, ESPN and PFF named Jimmy Garoppolo as 49ers bounce-back candidate for 2020, which is kind of a weird thing. Let me go on. After the Super Bowl, Jimmy G was getting as much bad press pretty much as the current pandemic. People hated him. Niner fans hated him. The media, Stephen A. Smith and Florio went berserk. But it's all over a single errant throw that could have won the annual epic. So it's kind of understandable. There's going to be a lot of reactions that are quick on something like that kind of a fail. Granted, I can see where it could come from. I was mad, but I didn't get that mad. The rage turned into that of labeling JG a loser. Pretty much is what has happened to him since that Super Bowl of one throw. That's all it takes to that'll bring you from here and take you to the devil's house to say, where's my room? His teammates fought the media back over their quarterback, tooth and nail. Juice spent most of his offseason, and the rest of the guys on the team, even Emmanuel Sanders, who left, said, y'all need to get up off of G. That was not all his fault. And as the NFL season nears a new start, some media critics are weighing the 2019 season and all the variables involved, giving Garoppolo a thumbs up for 2020. Now, it took this long for him to come around to that. Not all of them have. Tonight, the question is, where do you currently stand on the Jimmy G issue? Are you going to be confident going into the 2020 season? Do you think he can get it done? Or are you insistent upon believing the Jimmy G of last season was the only Jimmy G that there is? Hey, other news tidbits, fam. What a first week of August. 49ers had a couple of members formerly from the Washington team. That's going to be a weird thing to get used to, the Washington team. They couldn't come up with any kind of a name, so anyway. Jordan Reed, and the Niners made it official today as they announced they have signed Jay Reed to a 1-year deal. And Spencer Long to add some quality backup to the offensive line after losing Sean Coleman and Jake Brendel due to them choosing to opt out of the 2020 season due to COVID-19 concerns. Deion Jordan has also climbed aboard the Niners train to be a part of the toughest pass rush in the NFL. Nobody can argue about that. In fact, Eric Armstead, Mrs. Bosa's baby boy Nicky, and D. Ford are considered the most lethal trio pass rushers in the NFL. They ain't even go wait. Those three are the ones. If they stay healthy and your quarterback has no mobility, nothing but an offensive line to protect him, he is meat. He will be cut up and chewed up in 4 quarters. That's Aaron Rodgers. Florio's favorite guy, Kirk Cousins. Hey, fam, you know what? Before we get into this, let me give you some more about the G situation. Let me start off with this email just received from a Niner Empire fam member in Ontario, Canada. Big Red and Gold, shout out to you, Milo McDonald. who says, as his note reads, love your YouTube channel. Thanks, Milo. He says, I have I've been a Niners fan since Montana's second season. The only 49er fan here in Ontario, Canada, before they ever won a Super Bowl. I can remember my friends watching Cincy to wanting Cincy to win due to Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude, was he a kicker? I don't remember this name. He says, here's my point. I would be interested in your thoughts. I'm not as high on Jimmy G as many, and I think Nick Mullins throws better and always looked poised in the pocket. Kittle really went off, largely when Mullins stepped up after Jimmy went down. I know this isn't a commonly held view. Your thoughts? Keep up the enthusiasm. Ronnie Lott forever. Milo McDonald. Milo, I feel you on all of that. Let's continue. Jimmy G threw for 3,978 yards with 27 TDs and 13 INTs while completing 69.1% of his pass attempts. Most would agree those are pretty good numbers for a quarterback who just completed his first full NFL season as a starter. Most, not all, but most. Add to that a division championship and number one seed in the NFC and a trip to the Super Bowl. And it's kind of a head-scratcher as to why ESPN and Pro Football Focus identify Garoppolo as their 49ers bounce-back candidate, a player who struggled in 2019 but could bounce back in 2020. If you take that stretch alone, if he can bounce back from that kind of performance, as they put it, we may have a Hall of Famer. I mean, that was not by any stretch of the imagination a bad season, stats-wise. Now, in a critical moment, yes, he fell down. However, other critical moments, he stood tall, and he was right on time, and he was large and in charge. We lose that Saints game without Garoppolo coming through. Let me go on. A lot of reason, if not all of this idea, has to do with Super Bowl 54, of course. PFF notes that, quote, JG's grade through the first three quarters of the league championship game was 77.1. His grade in the fourth quarter, 42.6. Now, that'll get you sent home with a note to your mom every time, all right? He ranked 13th of 32 starters in the regular season passing grade in 2019 and limited how many uncatchable passes he threw over the course of the season. He'll overcome the Super Bowl loss in no time, unquote. Agreed. I got a bunch of other reasons why that are called excuses, but I still say, if you give Jimmy Garoppolo, who's got a pretty good wide receiving staff, but not the perfect wide receiving staff, you give him give him an experienced wide receiver group of at least three guys. You talk about this is why I'm looking forward to this season. Coach Kyle Shanahan said this week that he believes the best is yet to come from Garoppolo. Now the quarterback is another year removed from his devastating knee injury. Shanahan said this week during a KNBR interview I was telling you about the other day, this is a quote, the thing that people have to always understand with Jimmy is that last year was his first season playing the full season as a quarterback. He's never gone past 5 games, and that was his first year with us. And the next year he only got 2 games, so this was his first time going through a whole season. To look at what Jimmy G did this year, to look at his numbers, to look at his consistency, how efficient he was on offense and some of the plays he made, I know he got a hard deal toward the end of the Super Bowl, but Jimmy played pretty good in that game also. There was a lot of good things happening. What I want Jimmy to do is take all of last year and understand how good he did. Understand how it ended. Don't stop there. Keep getting better. Jimmy did some real good things, but he's just getting started. And that's why Jimmy's not a finished product. He's almost a second-year quarterback with a lot more mental experience because he's been around the league, unquote. You see, that all makes sense to me. You see, what I saw in 2017, the Jimmy G I saw in 2017, seemed like a quarterback that was in complete charge of what he was doing. There was no fear. There was no hesitation. There was go, fire. In fact, I thought if there was one thing I did have a problem with when he first came, is that he was a little too brash. He was a little too bold. Fearless is a good thing, but as your quarterback, you want him to be a little careful. But I'm starting to change my mind on that too. Don't be careful. Throw that damn ball and let the chips fall where they may, because 9 out of 10 times, people like Brett Favre, who were gunslingers, are in the Hall of Fame. They won a lot of games. That's how you do it. If you're a check-down, cautious quarterback, you're not going anywhere in the NFL. I say leave him alone. After 1 year, he'll develop. Some of the mistakes he made last year, and keeping in mind, 1 year. A lot of quarterbacks take 2 or 3 or 4 years. If Jimmy G comes out looking good this year, it was a bargain. What price he's getting paid now may be too low. As I see it in him. I saw it in 2017. He fell down a little bit in 2018 because he was learning the system, and it's a tough system. Last year was a good year, except for isolated spots. I think I saw more good at Jimmy G last year than I saw bad. But the bad seemed to overwhelm anything he did that was considered good. I didn't see that. I kept objective about what I was looking at, and I still say Jimmy G could be a solid quarterback. Garoppolo, he told reporters this past week that he is no longer concerned about his knee, which wasn't the case a year ago when he was still working his way back from the torn ACL and wondering what it would be like in a live pocket with defenders closing in on him. Got to realize, can you imagine you're getting over a knee that you just took forever to heal up and it was a big pain in the ass to get healed up, and one of them wild men defenders came in there and just blasted that knee? You got to keep, that's back in your conscious no matter what you're trying to be brave or whatever. They hit that knee, you're done. Said G, quote, we're past that. I haven't really thought about it in a long time, unquote. Nick Wagner, ESPN. Last season, Garoppolo was coming off a torn ACL, and it took him a while to get his legs back under him as the Niners' running game and defense carried the freight. But Garoppolo improved as the season went on and delivered some big games as injuries hampered the defense. It's San Francisco's belief that having a full season of starting and being another year removed from the knee injury should position Garoppolo for his best NFL season in 2020, unquote. Now, while Garoppolo's regular season numbers, which were among some of the franchise best ever, are nothing to scoff at, ESPN and Pro Football Focus both agree that the 49ers quarterback is ready to turn the page on the 2019 season. Milo, I agree with them on every last assessment. Jimmy G is human. He needed a minute to get over that injury. He needed some time to fully digest Kyle Shanahan's offensive system. Both of those things, I think, are now history. Here's all I got to say about Jimmy G. Look the hell out now. I expect seriously good stuff. With the receivers he may have this season, you give him now Jordan Reed and George Kittle, those 2 tight end sets. Good God almighty. A Debo who's working feverishly to get back out there to help out. I got Trent Taylor, his man at arms, that when Jimmy's in trouble, Trent will make it happen. Kendrick Bourne has been busting butt this season. Kendrick Bourne, I can't imagine what he's going to do, but I know it's going to be good. G's got an arsenal now of receivers, and if indeed Jerick McKinnon, if the jet is ready to really take off, Jimmy G could be MVP material, and I say that with no shame. That's my feeling. All right. Hey, let me get up here and get you getting started. I want to know what you think is going to happen with G this year. Hey, I think do we have something over here? I thought I saw something green. There it is. All right. Christopher Hengler, what's up, fam? He said, hey, happy weekend. God bless. Go 49ers. Stay healthy, bro. Hey, I used to see. If you saw me talk about face coverings and things like that, I tell you what, my ability to stay away from I ain't catching that. I'm not catching. I swear to God, I'm not getting it. Thanks, Chris. Let's get over here to the. He says, hey, Ray Jr., what's up, Ronbo? Glad you are back with a great job. Thanks, Ray Jr. Niners! Niners! Hey, shout out from Bend, Oregon, and go Niners all day. DJ Malone. Hey, Ronbo Sports, Jimmy G has enough weapons to make the Punisher jealous. Ain't that the truth? Well, I mean, tell the dude is stocked now. He'll definitely surpass expectations to make us the first NFC team to win 6 Super Bowls. You know what? No. The Steelers have already done that. We got to catch up with them, and then quest for 7's got to be the ultimate. The ultimate. We would then be the greatest Super Bowl team during the Super Bowl era. Fernando Garcia, a shout out from the 559. Old dog Jimmy G bounce back? Question mark. Jimmy never left. We were second in rushing, and Jimmy threw for damn near 4,000 yards. This is why I'm laughing. Bounce back. Jimmy was out there on cruise control most of the time as Kyle Shanahan was running the ball a lot. But Kyle had an explanation for that too. And he still, if there wasn't for some of the several thousand drops, G would have actually been way over 4,000 yards. Need to put some respect on the poor boy, on the boy's Jimmy G's name. Dancing with Nintendo stuff. Hey, I didn't see you in a while. The Jimmy G we saw in 2017 is the real Jimmy G. He was fearless. I think once he got into the Shanahan system, he had to adapt to it. So I believe he will be way better this year. This is my feeling, you know. There's no way he was going to just run into Shanahan's complicated system and just be carrying on the same way he did after he left Belichick. And Roy boys, a shout out from Coldwater, Michigan. Roy boy. PFF and ESPN need to tell the Niner Empire something we don't know. Jimmy will be unstoppable in the second full season as a starter. Hashtag Revenge Tour 2020. Oh, can't wait, boy. And I missed Fernando. I got Fernando, did I? Yeah, I just got Fernando. Hey, Mark Rich. We didn't get Mark Rich. Mark says, what's up? Shout out from Texas. See, I've got all kind of respect for people in Texas. Surrounded by Cowboys and Texas fans, and you still running around with the red and gold. Proud. I love you, man. Hey, shout out from Texas. You are like, thanks, fam. Thanks, Mark. Let me put on my ears and get on over to the telephone and say, chill, Phil. Come on in, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil.
So when I heard that about ESPN and Pro Football Focus, my thoughts were, they're a year too late.
Yeah.
Last year was Jimmy's comeback season.
Ain't that the truth?
And this year he's just going to be MVP season.
Because, Phil, they're going to expand on that offense this year, and Jimmy's going to be probably huge in this time. Huge.
I mean, he's got more weapons this year, yeah, and he's going to be better. The knee's more healed. He'll have more velocity on his throws.
And more knowledge.
Yeah, he'll be better. But you know what? Did he not go to the Super Bowl last year? Maybe these guys just forgot that.
Phil, people give everybody credit for that except Jimmy. See, that's the thing.
Oh, my God. But he was first in comebacks. He was first in fourth quarter comebacks. He was first in a lot of categories as a quarterback last year.
But he was nothing without Mostert and Kittle and Deebo Samuel. But who was throwing him? Who was throwing those guys the ball?
Back on the interceptions. And how many times did balls bounce off of? I know 3 times in the Pittsburgh game last year where balls were dropped by wide receivers and it landed in the Pittsburgh hands.
That's so many times. He's got a percentage of those. It had nothing to do with him. He delivered the ball.
Yes. But anyway, if you were going to pick a comeback player for the 49ers, I would say Quan Alexander, E. Ford, maybe a comeback player, Spoon. Those guys, if they have a great season, they're the comeback players. Jimmy's going to have a great season. But he already had a great season last year. I don't understand why they're calling that a comeback.
A lot of people see him that way. They look at that season as complete Jimmy G fail, Phil. I don't get that either.
No, I just don't understand it, but whatever. That's them.
The playoff game. Okay, Phil, you look at the playoff game with the Packers.
One throw where he overthrew a wide receiver going deep.
And that was
a deep ball.
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks have overthrown their wide receiver on a deep throw.
It's
Even
countless.
Mahomes has overthrown a wide receiver on a deep throw. I mean, come on, it's just one play.
They hold him to a different
I mean-
standard, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they're just jealous.
I don't know. It goes further. And then the confidence level by most critics who look at him say, I don't think Kyle Shanahan trusts Jimmy G. Why do you guys keep saying that? Kyle Shanahan's a guy who takes advantage of a defense's weaknesses. If it calls for throwing the ball, he will. If it calls for running the ball, he will. He explained that thoroughly on so many different occasions. It's not about not trusting anybody. It's a misunderstanding is what it is for the most part.
I don't get it, but you know what? They have to have something to write about. So
So they go that route. But a lot of fans buy into it too, which is very interesting.
I mean, don't forget McKinnon. He's gonna help Jimmy a lot too, coming out of the backfield. You're gonna have Trent Taylor, his number one guy when he was, when he won those 5 games, when he first came on the Niners. You're gonna have 2 tight end sets that are gonna be incredible. You're gonna have. You still got Juice. You still got Kendrick. You still got Debo. Now you got Ayuk. We got a lot more weapons than last year. Last year it was basically Emmanuel Sanders and Debo and George. That was it.
And cameos by Kendrick Bourne. But Phil, you look at the number one option is going to be George Kittle. They're saying now, actually, Jordan Reed is going to be like number 2. Debo Samuel is going to be your number 3.
If they go after George, then Reed and McKinnon and all those other guys are going to be open. So really, it's up to Jimmy just to read the defense and go to the open guy and get the ball to him. So I think we're going to be a real good offense.
With an offensive line that's been improved, too. Actually,
Absolutely.
maybe dramatically. And this is no disrespect to Big Joe, but, you got a younger, more athletic guy over there.
And big.
Yeah, huge. Ooh, that's a big dude.
And he's quick.
That's what's scary. And now you've got Person is gone. So now you got either Brunskill or the other guy that's going to be trying out for the spot. Both of them will probably do a lot better job than Person. Now G doesn't have to have happy feet. He does not have to be careful. He can sit back in that pocket probably and clearly see what's going on out there. Oh, that makes a huge difference.
And the other thing is we're a lot deeper now this year than last year because guys stepped up like School and Brumskill and those guys. And so now we've got 2 deep that we can have confidence in, and other teams don't have that. So, and the D line is really deep. So, I mean,
don't even get me started on the D.
It's
a Jimmy G night. The D, we could talk about them for 2 hours, Phil. Then we're going to go.
The only thing the only thing that I'm concerned about is no fans. I don't know how that's going to affect the game.
Phil, I think you can get in, actually. Don't you have a box or something like that? A reserve seat or something?
Well, no, we've got a section of seats, but
okay.
But I don't know what the deal is with the Niners. They won't answer any questions. They don't know themselves.
Yeah, that's the problem. You'll probably find out soon. Phil, we're going to go, and we're going to see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, Ronbo.
Thanks, Phil. Good stuff.
All right, take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. And let's go check AJ. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Jamie. Jamie.
You there?
Hey, Jamie, I hear you, man. Jamie, get on in here, man. We're in here looking forward to a Jimmy G classic season, one that will not uninclude him, so people can say things like, well, if not for Mostert and George Kittle, 49ers would have lost that game. See, this we we heard that a lot last year. No matter what Jimmy did, I got to tell you, though, Jimmy, actually, I didn't even know Jimmy was closing in on 4,000 yards, which goes to show how quietly good he was doing. He had several games where he was really kicking butt. And the Rams know about it. And the Hawks know about it in the
Yeah.
championship game when he didn't throw one incompletion in the second half. So, I mean,
So,
he's quietly been very devastating, actually. But go ahead.
which leg was it that he hurt? Was it his
I-
plant leg or was it his follow through leg? I think it
You
was his
know-
right leg, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. Anybody remember which leg it was? I don't know, Jamie.
Because if it's his plant leg, it's going to throw off his accuracy. And if it's his follow through leg, then it's going to take some distance off because he can't follow through. So
True.
that's the only thing I see.
Yeah,
I don't remember which one it was. I used to be a pitcher until I was 25, so I know about when your legs are messed up.
Yeah, I do. You know what? I used to pitch, and even if you had a twinkle, and sometimes it was psychological, even if you felt a twinge in
Yeah.
your hamstring, it messed your mind
Yeah,
up.
or your
and
calf
you would
or
start
anything.
wild shots. Yeah, to the plate. Batters bailing out of the box. Still, come on, man. Don't embarrass me.
None of these people are thinking of any of that. They don't even think about none of that. Plus, he almost threw for $4,000 anyway, and he was he was just getting over a bum wheel. He had receivers running routes that were the wrong route. He had people tipping it in the air for interceptions, and he still only got 13 INTs. So come on.
See, that's what I'm saying about the receiver core, Jamie. Let this receiving core get better. Now, let me see what happens. Because it ain't all on the quarterback. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Plus, he's got Ayuk this year, too. If we get Debo back and Ayuk and those two tight ends, oh, man. And Taylor?
What if Jalen Hurd
Wow.
is everything he's advertised to be?
I know. And then Jimmy can run better than people think. Like, he's not really fast, but he can get out of the pocket and get a first down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's going to be wide open. And then my comeback player of the year is Jet. If we got Jet in the mix with all of that, man.
Yeah.
That's the comeback player of the year, is Jet. He's been injured and out of the lineup for 2 years. I mean, if anybody is, it's him.
That's true. He's got so much to prove, and he's out to do it, too. Because Jamie, this is what's good about people making all those nasty comments on social media. He's getting at least a percentage of them, Jamie, and that's thousands of nasty remarks.
I know. I completely don't understand it. It's nonsense.
Well,
I can't wait for the season, though. Like you say, our line's better, everything's better. We're gonna be ripping.
Can't wait. I just want to know who piles up. Who's going to be the guy? Because, last year it was projected that Trent Taylor was probably going to pile up the most yardage of that entire offensive unit because he was looking that good in camp last year. Okay. This year, they're not able to make that observation.
He'll have the most catches, I think. I think Taylor might have the most catches. But he probably ain't going to have the most yards.
Yeah. That would make sense because he's not going to be that guy that's good deep downfield. So, and wasn't Debo second only to George Kittle? It's probably the guy that's going to do it again.
Yeah. And we don't know what Ayuk's going to do. He's the one with a little bit of speed. So I don't know how fast was Hurd coming out of college.
He's a 4.5.
He wasn't 4.5, about the same. Yeah. So him and Ayuk are going to be smoking him too.
No,
we're in good shape. We got nothing to worry about.
Jamie, Ayuk's a 4.3 guy. He ran that 4.5 in the combine with a damaged. I mean, the core was tore. You know how many human beings? You know how many human beings can run that fast? Anything around your midsection, and you're trying to run fast. That's got to be strange. He did that.
That was probably hurting.
Yeah. So they
so
say he
he's
can
even
smoke a
faster
4.3.
than that. Yeah. That's
He's one of those guys
that
that shifts gears too. He gets faster. He's going down the field. If you don't catch him right off the bat, forget about it. He's going to leave you. Devin Hernandez, let me warn you: if you spam, you will be sent to the rafters. So that's warning number one. You only get one warning. Do not continue to spam, or you can say goodnight. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Dave.
I don't know. What else we covering?
Yeah, no, I was just we were just talking about Jimmy and what kind of successes we're expecting from him in this coming year, and looking at what PFF is saying along with ESPN, as you mentioned, calling him a comeback player, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that
So
makes no sense. It's nonsense.
It's but a lot of players see him that way,
worry
Jimmy.
about that.
Yeah, but we just outlined some things that are going to make a difference, and I just, as I said earlier, what if he had a little more experienced wide receiving group? You know, the ball's not bouncing off the chest.
And he's got 2 good legs. I mean, he can plant, he can move a little bit, he can run for the first down, so that's going to open some stuff.
And that thing about people
for a couple of first downs. They're going to have to spy him a little bit. They're not going to be able to just sit there and let him do it.
You know, he doesn't have to do that too much.
Everything's going to be opened up.
Because I think McKinnon's going to be.
We don't want him to. That's how he hurt himself.
Yeah, and also have a check down. When you got a check down like McKinnon, give him the ball. And also, it's about the knowledge of that offense. He knows the offense now. It's not about anything beyond that. He can just go fast. So, I'm looking forward to it.
I think we're going to have a good season.
All right, Jamie.
But
I'll see you tomorrow
when
night.
When you going to be back?
All right, I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
Looking for you. Night, Jamie. Oh, yeah. Another thing, we saw Jimmy G. Well, there's a lot of times we thought Jimmy threw the ball out of bounds. He was looking to make a play. Granted, he took too long and he ended up getting stuffed and wouldn't throw the ball away. Now, with guys like Trent Taylor and McKinnon, there's no need to hold the ball. You'll see that same thing you saw in 2017 when you saw that quick flick of the wrist and getting rid of that ball. Hey, Jay!
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, it's the Jimmy G roast, only we ain't roasting him. Well, you're welcome to do so, but it's a matter of fact, Jimmy G's being looked upon as a comeback player of next year. The guy almost threw for 4,000 yards. He actually probably threw over 4,000 yards, had a few more receptions into the hands of receivers been made the catch. But no, he's a comeback player.
Okay, I'm going to make this clear. He played last year, right?
Yes.
So how is he going to be a comeback player if he played a full year last year?
Well, see, they're looking at him as a failed. They're looking at him as a failure last year, and mainly because of Super Bowl throw.
Failure?
Oh, yeah.
He takes the team to the Super Bowl after, one season after his knee injury.
They won't give him no love on that.
They won't give this man no.
No. He failed.
Now he's gonna have to go. This is what Jimmy needs to do. He needs to go talk to Steve Young and get this monkey off his back, because they down this man, and dude is a hell of a quarterback, and it's just a shame. The man plays his tail off. He goes neck and neck with Drew Brees. Beat Aaron Rodgers not once but twice. So then take the team to the Super Bowl. Almost won that game. There was some few questionable calls. We all know that. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? In the NFC game, he didn't have to do too much because Raheem Mostert was tearing their ass up. So he didn't really have to do too much.
And Jay,
just sit back
stop right there for a moment. This is what I'm saying about the bias and hate on Jimmy G. You have Mostert that's running up over 200 yards on a defense. Why is it that people get mad because Jimmy gave him the ball? Throw the ball, Jimmy. Throw the ball.
The coach is giving him the play, and he's executing the play. He's doing his job. That's his job. Okay, if the coach told him to throw it 50 times, he's going to throw it 50 times. He is doing what his coach is telling him to do. He is doing his job. So everybody got bosses. Okay, if your boss tell you to do X, Y, and Z, you do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Don't
Maverick.
Yeah, exactly.
Do what you're told. We got him going. Jay, even George Kittle came back. What are you throwing the ball for? Run it. They couldn't stop him. Why let him tear them up? Just run the clock out, beat them up, score points. Hell yeah, let them run the ball. What?
You know how
Why?
moralizing that is? You know how moralizing that is? They're knowing that they're going to run the ball and they couldn't stop it. That took their manhood away. They were sitting there. I know you seen the video when they sitting there like, damn, he's averaging 12 yards a carry. Yeah.
Mostert, he made a damn fool out of the Packers defense. If I'm Jimmy G, I'd sit back there. I've been sitting on the ground laughing after I gave him the ball, looking at the defense trying to stop Mostert. That was hilarious. I don't need to throw the ball. Let him kick their butt.
You also got to get credit where it's due. That offensive line kicked their butt. And Mostert just followed behind his bodyguard and then went through the creases and ate their ass up. You know what I'm saying? So, people fail to realize Jimmy is a great quarterback. He's a great quarterback. They hating on this man because, you know what I'm saying, he's throwing a football, you know what I'm saying, for his career. While other people got to sit there and talk about football, want to be in this man's shoes, he's actually in there playing the game that everybody loves so much, that wants to play, cannot play. So they want to hate on this man because he's out there balling and he got San Francisco back to where we need to be. Now we just need to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we do. We can't keep going. Jay, you know what? It's almost like to the point now. If we're not going to the Super Bowl, don't dare lose it next time. Don't do that a third time.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We want to be a Buffalo Bills. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to
oh, that's scary. Their area code in the Buffalo area is 044. Ew.
You know what? Because I told people this many times. I'd rather lose an NFC championship
Jay,
than lose in the Super Bowl.
Jay, you're not on a speakerphone, are you?
Am I? No.
Oh, well, that's better. Okay, stay with that, whatever you did. That's more clear now. All right. Go ahead, Jay.
I would rather us to lose in the NFC championship than go to the Super Bowl and lose it in the Super Bowl.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like, for one, that our team is made to win Super Bowls. We was made to win last year. I think it was more on the lines that they wanted to see Kansas City win, the more they wanted to see the 49ers win. I don't know. I'm biased because I'm a 49ers fan, but okay. it was just very odd that the entire game they did not call a holding.
No.
Not one time.
Jay, we're going to stop there because we're going to get into that and stay here for 2-3 hours, but I'm still mad about that. But Jay, I'll see you tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. All right?
Yes, sir.
Right,
thank
fam.
you, Ronbo, once again. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Jay. Have a good night, fam.
You too.
Good. I'll never forget his name as long as it. Bill Vinovich and his group of clowns. Okay. Hey, Dollar Bill Will.
Ronbo, what up, man?
Oh, Will, man. I'm enjoying the fact that it's funny how now you're getting writers that see the writing on the wall. They see Jimmy's got talent coming around him, unlike last season. He's got a multitude of receivers that got skills, including his old standby, Trent Taylor. And you add a couple more guys. Now he's got not one superstar tight end, but two. Debo has matured into something that's going to be special. So now the writers get look for Florio and Stephen A. Smith to come around week 3. Mark my words. Remember I said it first. Mark week 3, Florio and Stephen A. Stupid Smith, stop it. Jimmy G now is being predicted by a PFF, ESPN writer. Okay, Jimmy G's going to be a comeback player this year. And that's already comical, a comeback player. But, Will, what are you expecting?
Well, Ronbo, first of all, that PFF, ESPN thing talking about Jimmy G to be a comeback player, you got to read between the lines. That's an insult.
It is,
the man
for
played
sure.
the full season last year.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like he was injured and then came back. I mean, that was a year. That was what, a year ago back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, That's really an insult. So let's not get excited about that.
That's
So
why I
let me
brought it
get
up.
this straight. Let me get this straight. You got a guy over there that's been, first of all, been molded up by Bill Belichick, played behind one of the greatest quarterbacks in the game, Tom Brady. Tom Brady get hurt a little while. You seen Jimmy G in the game. He won a couple games. He gets hurt, but then it is what it is. Then you get Jimmy G. You get Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch to come to this organization. Then you come and get Jimmy G off a trade. Jimmy G comes in, win the last 5 games of that season, 5-0. Okay, the next season he plays 3 games. He get hurt in the 3rd game against Kansas City. Okay, our record's bad. We lost a lot of games. Yada yada yada. We still building. The year after that, you bring Jimmy G back off a torn ACL. He's winning again. Go to the playoffs. The running game is working. So, hey, Jimmy G, you can just relax. We can just kill the Packers and the Vikings with the running game. Then this man takes us all the way to the Super Bowl. Things didn't work out in our favor. We had it, but we lost it. And now PFF and ESPN want to say this man is comeback player of the game. Come on, man, are you serious?
It's the way it's been all off season. But they're trying to save face. Call him comeback player of the year. Yeah.
Now what they need to be saying is Jimmy G, like the previous caller said, he's about to be the comeback player of the year. Ronbo, we got Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch brought so many toys to Jimmy G. Jimmy G is in Toys right now. He's in that store playing with all these toys. He's about to play with all these toys. It's like a child care center. He's going to play with all these toys. He got so many toys. He got players coming back like you got players coming back like Trent Taylor, Jalen Hurd. You got Debo Samuel, IU, Bourne, and you got Jet McKinnon, who's a running back / receiver as well. Might as well call him a / receiver because he comes out the backfield catching passes. And out of all things,
don't forget about his 2 big bad weapons, them 2 TEs. Oh my Lord!
Yeah. I was just about to say, and then out of all people, you bring in Jordan Reed to go with George Kittle. I mean, this is Christmas for Jimmy G.
I know. Put it in a box. Jimmy, open this one up first. You got me a new Jordan Reed.
You know what I'm saying, Ronbo? So, Jimmy G is about to have an MVP season. All Kyle Shanahan said that Jimmy G has to do now is understand coverage when he goes to the line of scrimmage. Once he get all that down pat, man, which he will, and it's going to start this season, this dude is going to be, man, the most talked about quarterback in the league on a positive note. And now, y'all get ready for this because there's gonna be some reporters like Spears and Acho, Ryan Clark, all these NFL players turn reporters who ain't gonna never touch a yellow thread of the Hall of Fame jacket.
But talk louder than everybody. Anderson, what's that cornerback? Is it Anderson? Last year started the season.
Dominique Foxworth, some old tired dude that played in the NFL, the man with no eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, man.
But
there's so many of these.
But
guys.
the truth is gonna be shown this year. It is, man, because Kyle Shanahan gave this man so many toys, and you know how Kyle Shanahan is with his playbook. You ain't gonna see the same thing you seen last year. So they gotta do is just get it down. Man, Jimmy G gonna tear the league up this year. He is.
And Will, even if you do see the same things you get Kyle Shanahan, look at the people running and executing now. If Debo is now a year into the system, it's just a lot of this has to do with just time and Shanahan's system. Jordan Reed and George Kittle, that is really an amazing thing to have to deal with. And now you got some very special receivers to go along with those guys, including McKinnon, as you mentioned. This gives options to endless. So, Jimmy, you mentioned learn how to read defenses. Jimmy ain't got to read no defense. Those guys are going to provide the defense is going to be left moot. You know what I mean? As I'm saying, this is going to be a whole different ball game.
Jimmy going to have options galore. I mean, once he's on that field, he's going to have at least 5 to 6 options. That's how dangerous it is. you got other NFL teams that may have 3 to 4 options on their squad on offense. We got a boatload.
That's what's ideal about
not all of
Shanahan's
them
offense.
not all of them not all of them going to be on the field at the same time. He gonna be time he gonna have certain weapons on the sideline and weapons on the field, and they come out. And then you take them off the sideline, bring them in. They weapons. Yeah. Like I told you last time, Ronbo. Kyle Shanahan is gonna have an Xbox controller in his hand on the sideline, and he's gonna be playing Madden on these defenses this year. I'm telling you.
He should. Just press numbers. Wire people's helmets up so whenever Kyle presses a button, that they know exactly what's up. Woo! God. I tell you, it's going to be something to look forward to, Will. Will, good stuff. Hey, let me see you tomorrow night, Will, on Raw. Hopefully something comes out of the news because the season's about to start, man. It's getting close now. Serious.
Oh, yeah.
Put the pads on. Let's get busy.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, my player partner, Dre, Trey, Big Show, Russo. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey, Joe, Sheik, Big Show, Sue, all them guys, man. Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. It won't be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It'll be the San Francisco 49ers versus to be announced. F the Rams, F Rudy, they lost the Super Bowl, and they will always and forever be broke. All right, Ronbo.
I will.
All right, man.
And Will is so close. It's going to take the Niners years to dig out of that financial hole. They still got players calling back. Hey, yeah, who's this? Gurley, man, where's my money? Okay, listen, let me get back to you. Ooh. Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Ronbo.
Sharon, tonight we're enjoying the fact that ESPN and PFF, they threw a very low ball or backhanded compliment, I guess. Jimmy G will be the comeback, Sharon, not established. He's a comeback player due to last year was a fail.
Jimmy G. They thinking they're funny, but they're really not funny. But
isn't it awful?
When he came back off his torn ACL, I mean, that was his comeback right there and took us all the way to the Super Bowl.
They're a year late. Sharon, you're right.
27 TDs, 13 interceptions. Come on, 4,000-something yards. Come on, people. Those are the bandwagon people talking.
No love. No love for that. No comeback.
No love at all. And then they're going to why they want another quarterback. Get another quarterback, it's not going to be but the same thing. So Jimmy G is going to be better this year.
And by the way, Sharon, I just want to say something about that, too. Tom Brady, his receiving core fell down on him last year. That's why you saw Brady pitching fits on the sideline. You don't have a good receiving group, you'll tend to struggle. Jimmy wasn't on the sideline screaming and yelling, but Tom was because he's a prima donna now. Or should I say he's a diva. So he has the right to scream. Jimmy's not established yet. He can't scream at his receivers. But that makes a difference. You can't be Superman if kryptonite is all over the field.
You can't sit there and try to have it your way or no way. It's got to be like everybody participating.
That's the way it works. So.
And Jimmy's got all these new toys this year. It's going to be like Christmas or his birthday or something.
That's right. Well, they're both in the same day. Often.
But they just need to back off my Jimmy G.
He'll get him off. He'll get him off. We're going to see things.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get the monkey off his back and then watch when he does. And he's unbelievable and unstoppable this year with the backups that he's got protecting him. They'll leave him alone.
I know. And as I say, he's got a lot of guys out there to help him out this year. No longer is there a shortage where Kyle Shanahan's running around saying, I'm looking for some of these receivers to step up so I can get my guys. And it took until week 6
I mean, we
after
have
Emmanuel
a quarterback that's winning games and stuff. I mean, we were having problems not winning and getting into the end zone and things like that. And then all of a sudden we get Jimmy G and he starts winning these games for us. And then you guys want to hate on him. Y'all need to stop.
Oh, not to worry.
I'm not getting it, but okay.
Yeah. Well, they will. I guarantee you the
I mean, we're not the Cowboys. Oops, did I say that?
Dak's still trying to get paid. Oh! I tell you, no, it's going to be a Niner. It's glorious, because we got nothing but good things ahead with a Super Bowl window that's wide open, gaping hole. You almost got to close. It's getting cold in here, Sharon. My God, it's a lot of air.
It's very chilly in here.
So, yeah. But no, Jimmy, I expect big things.
The 49ers are going to get it done. I expect a lot of good things from Jimmy G. I really do.
You should, too.
If he played a full year last year, he's going to play a good full year this year, but he's going to be moving around, looking all around, with different little things to throw the ball to. But, come on now, people. Give the man a break.
Yeah, I think most 49er fans realize, and there's still some love from Nick Mullins, because I'm trying to remember when Mullins wasn't actually flawless. He made some.
Mullins was okay, but he's not like Jimmy G. He's okay, but he's no Jimmy G. But he can throw and everything else. But I think Jimmy G just hands down is better.
Yeah, actually, G was actually instructing Mullins on the sidelines that year too. Jimmy doesn't get any credit for that, but he was helping Nick out a lot on the sidelines and telling him what to look for.
He don't get credit for nothing. They just want to hate on him.
No, it's
Stephen
all
A.
about.
Smith is one of them. Needs to shut up.
God.
I can't stand that man.
God, it's gonna be good to see him shut up. Sharon, can you imagine seeing Jimmy G have to shut up? I'm a man of principle. I know I've talked about Jimmy G in a very unflattering light. I don't know that he's still dating that woman, but I do know I see a football player that's doing a good job out there, and I'm willing to say so. I
don't think we're going to get that out of that man's mouth for the world. I don't think those words going to come out his mouth. No, that man can't stand Jimmy G.
Well,
he's
one thing,
always
Jimmy,
negative about Jimmy G and the Niners.
Yeah, so that's it. But when you miss a throw in the Super Bowl,
on that one though. When he does, let me know and wake me up from that.
God, I'm gonna save that and put it up. So yeah. Listen, we're gonna go. I'll see you tomorrow night if you get a chance. All right, you feeling okay these days?
All right, Ronbo. Yeah, I'm good.
Because when you told me you had actually you said you got COVID, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
God, I'm glad Jesus, that's scary. All right, well, good. Stay out of it. You know what? You may have antibodies now, so they're probably looking for you for more. Take some of your blood. All right.
They can probably take all they want, as long as they can stop this mess.
I know. Hey, Sharon, have a good night. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow, okay?
Well, you too.
Thanks.
All right, go Niners. All right, bye.
All right, bye. Joseph Smiley, I often get fans from other teams that always act like we're trying to stop you from calling. We don't know who you are on the phone. When production answers the phone, they just see a name. So if we see Joseph Smiley, we're not going to hang up the phone. Joseph, there's no fear of Hawks fans. Texas boys called here. Rudy from L.A. It's not I don't have a problem with you calling in.
Texas boy, that was the funniest call in ever. That was the funniest call I've ever heard in my life.
And
I remember when he called in.
And Rudy's one of the most.
Why'd you block me? Why'd you block me? Why'd you block me? Why'd you block me?
I don't know. Nobody's blocking him. And he hasn't showed up in a while. Hey, but Justin, let's talk about Jimmy G. Jimmy G is considered by ESPN and PFF. They're calling him a man eligible for the comeback award of 2020. I'm trying to understand, how do you not come back from a season of an ACL? Why did you get, like Phil says, why didn't you give the comeback award last year after the regular season? You didn't have to wait till the Super Bowl. That was a good season for a guy that just tore his knee.
Yeah, at this point, I'm not surprised with SportsCenter or, the sports rankings, because they're paying Stephen A. Smith $800 million.
Is that what he's getting?
They have to agree with
never
him
looked.
somewhat. He has an $800 million contract. He has an $800 million contract.
I didn't even see the dollar amount. I just heard he got a raise. Stephen A. Smith annoys me, so I didn't look anything more up. I just said, oh, God, why did they give him a raise?
Isn't it? So if you disagree, if you like rank anywhere near, you're basically going against the best guy you got on Sports Center. And so I'm not surprised at all. I'm really not, because it's one of the things that some of these Sports Center people or some of these people don't actually watch like football. Like they watch big games, but they don't really pay attention to they only pay attention to big moments. They only pay attention to big names. If your name is not a big name, they don't care about you. And Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't really that big name for SportsCenter last year. It was George Kittle, it was Seth Samuel, and it was Morstead.
Justin, he was a big name though, because the fact is, after he got paid, he was a top paid quarterback for a few minutes, right? As soon as that happens to you, everything you do is put under a microscope. If you go 6 games in a row not having made one mistake, that's fine. You go 7th game and you make a mistake, they're all over you. I mean, they're all over you. Like you're just the worst thing that ever happened. And that's what happened to G. He makes a mistake. Oh, God, he's awful, blah, blah, blah. He can't do this, he can't do that. Look for Jimmy. You can't make a mistake.
Yeah. Well, it's another thing like that. But he got ranked 43, this year for the top 100. Even though I think he should have been ranked a little bit higher, but.
Oh, you mean in the top 100?
And yeah, so it's one of those things you just begin to think, and I'm like, okay, he has something to prove again. Like he didn't prove it last year, but you just have to take it on stride and you know what, you just gotta let the haters just fool your energy, fool you, and just let you come in every day and work your ass off, and that's what Jimmy does every day. He's the first one to start, first one to show up, and last one to leave. So
yeah, that's true.
Pretty much how I look at it. It's one of those things, and he has a young receiving core, and that receiving core is going to get younger because some of these receivers, are not going to get re-signed. So he's going to have a younger receiving core as the years go by. And do I think Garoppolo is going to be the
Justin? I don't know. I think that receiving core gets pretty much solidified this year. You're going to have Ayuk, you're going to have Debo, you're going to have Taylor. And hopefully
Taylor has one more year. This is his last year. Trent Taylor, this is his last year.
But he'll probably make the team.
And don't get me wrong, I love Trent Taylor, but those injuries every year, it kind of makes you.
Yeah, if he gets injured, that's another story. But you look at that core, they could be around for a while. So I don't know about signing new receivers every year. But we'll see.
Well, I'm not saying every year, but I'm saying as years go, maybe 3 years later. Because I know
maybe
when we had Sanders, when we traded for Sanders, that was a big risk too, because Sanders said he wanted to play 4 more years, but now we don't have it anymore. But he wanted to play 4 more years, and this is 3 more years for him. So
there could be pay issues though if they do too well after the rookie contracts expire. And that's one thing that could come up. Yeah.
The one person who I think should get paid the most, who's get really extended, besides George Kittle, is Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne has earned his slot to be a second receiver
this year. We'll see.
Yes,
he's got to get it done though. He's got to get it done. Be that guy.
Ever since the Seattle game, you remember that Seattle game, the first game, where he dropped the ball and it went into interception. That first Seattle game. Ever since then, he's improved so much because we all gave him hate for that. I'm going to admit, I was really mad at him in that game. I was really mad. I'm
a huge Kendrick fan. I was mad with him too. There was everybody there. Kendrick, if you're going to miss the ball, at least make sure it hits the dirt. Jesus Christ, not into their hands. And then there's Jimmy, another INT on his record. That's such BS.
Yeah. I think Ronbo will do well this year. He's I don't think he has anything. I think he still has something to prove to himself. But to me, I know he's a good quarterback. Steve Young wasn't so perfect when he first started. That's why he had to get the monkey off the back against the Charger game against the Super Bowl.
Hey, so Joe Montana was not Joe Montana in his first year either. Yeah, so
that's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of 49ers don't realize is that it takes a while for a quarterback to get really great, really get in their momentum. It's not going to be easy as 1, 2, 3 or
Tom
ABC.
Brady, in his first season, he was not record breaking.
I still think I'm still with the notion that's Belichick. That's all Belichick. I'm really still with the notion because I'm still with that.
McDaniel. Yeah.
Oh yeah, McDaniels too.
Yeah.
Like I'm still with that notion because
There you go.
I still haven't seen him how he played without them. So
You'll see this year, Justin. We got to go though. Let me see tomorrow night. Good that you're still sounding healthy too. Let's see tomorrow night, okay?
yeah, I'm healthy. All right, shout out to Trey and shout out to all the people who are listening. Stay safe and wear your mask. All right, people, stay safe.
All right, good stuff, Justin. See you tomorrow. Okay, so this just out. I've been meaning to do that for weeks. Bang! Bang!
Hold on, Ronbo.
Yeah, but I was going to say, what?
My bad. I'm at work. Yeah, I'm driving. Yeah, I'm driving right now. Hold on. Let me get off.
Yeah, be careful. Please be careful. Yes. Take care of that.
No doubt. Yeah, I'm all right. What's good, Ronbo? How you feeling, my bro?
No, man, you know what's? I'm ready to take on Superman in at least a 5-round bout. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling great.
No doubt.
Hey, Mel, tonight, ESPN and PFF said, yes, Jimmy G, we make him a candidate for. Are you ready for it? Comeback player, candidate, come back. Come on, y'all. What's come back from what? You know what? This is I love these kind of shots because I say, okay, y'all go ahead, keep on dissing the boy. He go, you gonna stop next year. So,
Yeah. It's stoking the fire, my bro. They're stoking the fire. They have no idea what they're doing right now. It's about to be crazy. Jimmy is coming out guns blazing. You have my word. Jimmy is coming out guns blazing. All systems go. Comeback player. That's nonsense, man. That's nonsense.
It's a low ball shot, because we got other players on the team.
That's how cowards do it. That's how cowards do it. Like that's passive aggressive, man. I don't like passive aggression. Be aggressive. That's my style.
Absolutely true. They could have gave him that award this year, Mel.
Yeah.
After coming off that ACL and missing a whole season, he goes to the Super Bowl with a 13-3 record. Why you couldn't give him some recognition? It was everybody involved in that win except for Garoppolo, who may have held the 49ers back. Oh!
Man, that's ridiculous, bro. If you can say that Jimmy had nothing to do with those playoff games, you don't know football. If you remember, in the beginning of the Vikings game, Jimmy was killing them with those dink and dunk passes, man. He was killing them. That's why they had to respect Jimmy. That's why the play action worked. That's why the running game started being so effective, is because Jimmy was always a threat. If your quarterback and receiving core aren't a threat, then you can pretty much go all out to stop the run. You don't have to worry about the pass. But the reason why the run was so effective was because they still had to worry about the pass. They know Kyle Shanahan's a genius. This kid is going to kill us if we let him. So they still had to respect Jimmy Garoppolo, which is why both the Vikings and the Packers got run all over. It had a lot to do with the scheme, but it also had to do with the fact that you have to respect the 49ers quarterback. All of this garbage that receding A. Smith and these clowns talk about, it's just talk, man. That's all it is. They don't really know the game. They don't even watch the games, bro. They don't even watch them. If you look at them, they have all of this stuff written up on worksheets. They don't look at the actual game. If anything, at most, they'll look at like some of the highlights. But you think about how many games that come on every Sunday, and these guys talk about them. You think they're sitting there and watching all games and paying attention? They have a whole bunch of games running at the same time, and they're just watching highlights.
And they get an overview.
They don't really know the game.
Yeah, and you get an overview from somebody who was watching the game, and they hand them to them, and they come up with their own synopsis after they read it.
Right.
You're right. They ain't got time to watch all them games.
Right. As long as those guys have been covering football, you ask Stephen A. Smith or Skip Bayless, ask them what a sluggo is. They'll have no idea a sluggo route. They'll be perplexed, and that's something that's just straight up basic, man. It's a slant and go. It's something that's so basic, and they won't have any idea. They'll look at you like you have two heads. They don't really know anything about it.
Yet
they don't understand concepts and schemes.
But you bring to something else to light too. That probably means when they come in favoring a team, that's by design, just to get a rip. Because Bayless, does he really love the Dallas Cowboys that much?
Skip, yeah.
And Stephen A.
Skip
Smith,
does.
is he that crazy about the Steelers? You know,
Yep.
he'll never say a bad word about them, ever.
Nope.
So,
Nope. Sidebar. So I'm online today. And hey, Bang Bang Santa Clara has no rings, whatever your real name is. I know you saw it.
That's Rudy.
Do you know that the LA Rams are on Hard Knocks this year?
Are they really?
Yeah, the LA Rams are on Hard Knocks. And Sean McVay just called me and asked me to borrow $20 too. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, they broke. They don't have anything. But you know how trash you have to be on Hard Knocks? You got to be straight butt cheek dust to be on Hard Knocks, bro. So yeah, his name is Rudy. You said Rudy. That's out of here, bro.
Yeah, Rudy's.
Go Hard Knocks. Yeah. You got to be dumpster can juice, bro, to be on Hard Knocks. They don't let any of the top teams be on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, his feelings.
As a matter of fact, when Shanahan and Lynch first got there, that's when the Niners were trash. The Niners were almost on Hard Knocks. Lynch and Shanahan basically had to beg the league, like, no, we don't want to do it. Right.
Yeah, Rudy's upset because the year before last, Rudy was just throwing out some nasty rhetoric toward us and making fun of us. And then last year, of course, after their Super Bowl, dramatic, just sad loss. This last year, there's, now got swept by the 49ers. It's a tough world for them.
They got to the Super Bowl by a fluke. Like, it was a fluke call that even got them in there. And then
to begin with.
You think that they'd take advantage of it. You think that they'd take advantage knowing that they didn't belong there in the first place. But nope, 3 points, bro, that's awful. My high school team would have scored 3 points against the Patriots in that Super Bowl. You have my word. You have my word. Yeah,
it's going to get better,
that's
too.
Terrible. But, yeah, man, Jimmy G's about to go all the way off, bro.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait.
Because he's hearing it, Mel. Even though he's not the kind of guy that likes to express himself as far as anger goes, he's hearing all the little grapevine conversations, So I'm looking forward to Jimmy.
And what it is he's going to be so much better this year because he doesn't have to think, right? Whenever you have to think about something, like Kyle's offense, you're constantly having to think. Whenever you have to think about something while you're doing it, you're automatically one step removed from the thing. So that's why when Jimmy first got here, he looked the way he looked because he didn't really have to think. He was able and allowed to just play ball.
Exactly.
Right.
That
works. But once you have to think about what you're doing while you're doing it, you're automatically one step removed from it. So this year, having another year of the offense under his belt, he's going to be able to be a lot better. And as far as Nick Mullins, the first caller was talking about him. I love Nick, man. I love Nick Mullins. I really do. I don't want him to go anywhere. He's a great backup. But he's not better than Jimmy, bro. Nick, I loved his poise. I loved everything about him. But he didn't win, bro. You got to take that into account. Jimmy came through, and he wins. Jimmy wins no matter what you want to say about him. If you wins, Nick wasn't winning. So.
All right. I agree. All right, man.
But I love Nick. I call Nick Matt Murdock, man. The Daredevil. He's a man without fear.
I feel good about him coming to the game if we have to. So, all right, fam. Mel, I'm going to sit down
Ronbo, I'll catch you tomorrow, bro. Let me get back to work.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
No doubt. Bang, bang. Throw your watches in the garbage. You know what time it is, and I'm gone.
He's Jersey Niner. Jersey Niner. Click him up. Mel's always got content going on.
No doubt.
All right, Mel. Night. I see Niners edits. He says, Niners going to cook some chicken this year. How many birds do we play in one season? We play the Sea Chickens. We play the Cardinals. Who's that? We don't play the Ravens this year, but we had to go through that last year. Hey, Krusty!
Hello?
Krusty, come on in, Krusty! As tonight, Krusty, it was amusing to see that ESPN and PFF have been so gracious as to look upon Jimmy G and say, he is a comeback player candidate. I said, well, that's hilarious. Okay. Coming back from what, guys? Krusty, What are you expecting this year from the comeback candidate?
Jimmy G?
Yeah.
I think Jimmy G is going to do amazing, just like he always has. He's been amazing since he came to our team. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I've heard people say other possible comeback candidates. You know, I've heard Jimmy G. I've heard Jet. You know, possibly Trent Taylor. You know, there's only one way that any of those guys can be the comeback player of the year. That's only if the true comeback player of the year is the comeback player of the year of all. That's Trent Williams. He's the one player. If he plays well, all those guys will. Because if Trent Williams doesn't play good, Jimmy G's not going to play good. Trent Williams doesn't play good, Jet's not going to play good. Trent Williams doesn't play good, Trent Taylor's not going to play good. So our true comeback player of the year on our team is Trent Williams. There's no way in hell anybody else can even be a candidate. Because if he plays good and he plays an all-pro level like he always has, he is the obvious choice for comeback player of the year. There's nobody else that's even a possibility.
That's an excellent point.
That's the comeback player of the year.
This is why you build your trenches, unlike Arizona, who went out and got somebody to try to stop George Kittle, unlike the Hawks, who went out and gave up the mortgage of the farm to get Adams. You know, your defensive and offensive line is going to determine your success. So this is why I'm loving what other teams are doing. The 49ers are making people crazy, Krusty. And Jimmy G, you know, getting flack for having a 13-3 year with insults like comeback player. I said, this is what? You know.
He was a comeback player last year.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he did way better than Ryan Tannehill did. Ryan Tannehill didn't even deserve that thing. It should have been Jimmy. Jimmy was actually injured, came back from an injury, and, you know, did amazing. 13-3 record. Ryan Tannehill sucked, got traded, and then came back from there because the other quarterback on the team sucked. So that's not a comeback player of the year material. He should have been comeback player last year, not this year. He's not. So if he gets a 14-2 record, he's a comeback player. He had a 13-3 record last year. Come on, almost threw for 3,000 yards. Our freaking run game was amazing. Everything else was not Jimmy's fault. Jimmy did amazing last year. That's why we made it to the Super Bowl. Because if you come back and think about it, the reason Mostert did so well in the Green Bay game is because they couldn't stack the box. They had to respect Jimmy for who Jimmy is. If they did what and tried to stop the run, Jimmy would have hit him with a freaking throw. He would have gone from that. That's why the reason our run game is so good is because they have to respect Jimmy. They got to respect our throwing game as well. That's why it's as good as it is. As good as it is, you know.
And
not only that, a lot of people judge us on that one throw in the Super Bowl. But think about this: Jimmy made that same throw 2 times during the year. He did it once against the Rams, and he did it once against the Saints. That throw was not only Jimmy's fault, but it was Emmanuel Sanders' fault too, because you could watch at the end of that throw, Emmanuel Sanders gave up on that ball. He did not run. If he would have just sped up just a little bit, he would have caught that. He was not that far away from it. Emmanuel Sanders gave up on that ball too. You can't blame Jimmy on that. And he did good the rest of the game too.
You know, the thing is, if we didn't do 13-3, we would have been on our way to Philly. See, this is the thing. You look at that New Orleans game, Jimmy G was straight money. You look at the Rams game, Jimmy G was on it. You know, these are not, that's outnumbering the one mistake. I just don't understand. When you get to define a player, look at his whole body of work. Let's not just isolate certain things we don't like because we don't appreciate this guy or don't like this guy. But let's be fair about it. That's all I'm saying. And what is this comeback player? Coming back from what?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't judge him on that one throw because he made that exact same throw at least 2 times during the regular season. Exact same throw.
3,
so I don't think it was his fault at all. Because, you know, in all honesty, by the time it came into the game, we were 10 points up.
Yeah.
You know, we are already 10 points up. Our defense lost the game.
I know.
Our offense
I know.
may
You know
not
what?
have been able to do it, but
Chris, I've got that same argument to level two. When's the last time a team scored twice in 7 minutes on the 49ers defense all season long? That never happened.
Exactly. That's why Richard Sherman and all the defense are saying you can't blame Jimmy for this, because Jimmy didn't lose the damn game, because Jimmy had them in the lead 7 minutes into the fourth quarter. And who lost the game? The freaking defense couldn't keep freaking Patrick Mahomes and everybody out of the end zone. That's what happened. That's why they scored as many points as they did. The defense fucked up. There was holding calls. There was other things that could have been done. But our defense lost us the Super Bowl. It was not Jimmy's fault. You can't judge him on one freaking throw, because he made all the rest of the game, because they were saying in the first 3 quarters until the last 7 minutes of the Super Bowl, he was one of the best quarterbacks that ever played in the Super Bowl. He went in and he was doing great. He was doing fantastic. And you're going to judge him after that? Everything just fell apart. Even Nick Bosa came in and said, I can't even watch the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. Because why? Because he's ashamed of how the defense freaking played the last quarter. It's the truth. I know it's the truth. I know it sucks, but it is the truth.
Grusty, I mean, absolutely perfect observation. I loved it. I'm going to see you tomorrow night for Raw, all right?
Absolutely, man. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Looking forward. Night, Krusty.
Night.
Oh, man. You know, I really hate falling back on the refs, because that's something I've done all my life. I've always looked at games. But then again, that was so bad. You know, I just let Nick go, okay? Or else call it, ref. Come on. Area code is 385. Hello.
Hello, Ronbo.
Yeah. Who is this?
It's Kevin.
Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Well, Kevin.
Yo.
Come on in, man, because, like, we're in here, like, trying
I just had to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
The Niners did some good things in the draft, and they got Javon Kinlaw. That was tight. He's a good defensive tackle.
Yeah.
When the Ravens played the 49ers, Haloti Ngata, a Utah native, didn't they have him on the inside with Terrell Suggs on the outside? I mean, they were moving around Haloti Ngata a lot to defensive end and all that. But I mean, they got a hell of a defensive tackle, dude. I think he's the highest pick in the draft that we picked out of all the players. But I mean, Ayuk, we picked him up for receiver to pick up Emmanuel Sanders. They didn't lose nothing, is what I'm trying to say. As far as losing Joe Staley, dude, they got, you know who they got, dude? Big Trent Williams, fucking all-time, how many, 13-time Pro Bowl or some shit? I don't know, but he's been holding it down in Washington, dude, but he's on the 49ers now, dude, and we replaced Joe Staley just like that. He's a good, I'm not saying that we replaced Joe Staley, dude. I love Joe Staley. I would take Joe Staley over Trent Williams. Well, dude, Trent Williams, he's a good offensive tackle, dude. And he's been, and then what I was upset about is I want him to get somebody else in the backfield on defensive back. They didn't really address that part, but that's cool. I'm not blaming the defense, dude. The secondary held it down, dude. They're doing really good. And then Jimmy Garoppolo I looked up his stat, and he was 300 yards short of passing Joe Montana's single-season passing record. I'm not sure what year that was for Joe Montana when he threw all them yards. But
Jimmy had one of the best first years for a 49er. Oh, well, yeah, but he's right there with the best of the best as far as 49er quarterbacks go. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, Jennings, the receiver they picked up, I looked up another stat, and he was first in Division I football for broken tackles, and that's including over Jalen Hurd. Yeah. And I don't know how you felt about them taking Ayuk over Jalen Hurd. I've been thinking about that, and I think Ayuk is a really good dude. I love him.
You
love that pick as well.
Did you say over Jalen Hurd?
The Jennings, the 6th rounder or whatever, we picked up the receiver, and he was first in broken tackles, and that's in Division I football over Jalen.
No,
Hurd.
yeah, I see. No, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. No, it's
the
gonna happen
receiver
too.
that went to the
we don't know how
Cowboys.
Yeah, we don't know how Jalen Hurts is going to do. That may have been one of the reasons why they thought about Jennings.
Or not Jalen Hurts. Who was it? Oh yeah, we do have. Who was it they got? They picked up Jennings over. Or no, they picked up Ayuk over. Who are they?
Oh, you're talking
the
about
one that went to the Cowboys.
Okay, you're thinking about oh God, I forgot the trio. There was 3.
No, the first round one that went to the Cowboys, and he was still on the board before.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember his name right now. But the thing is, there was 3 guys. You had 2, one from Bama, one from Texas. Okay, there they are, Judy and Lamb. And there was also the speedster from Bama, too. But Judy, you're talking about Lamb, went to Dallas. Yeah. I was kind of surprised. I didn't know who Ayuk was. Nobody was talking about Ayuk. You know, the media was talking about Judy, Lamb, and the other speedster from Alabama. Ayuk was.
Yeah, Lamb. It was Lamb.
Yeah. So.
And no, because I seen a few of those receivers going before Ayuk, but he was like a top like 10 receiver right now. He's like,
nice.
I don't know. He's like pretty good, dude. He's just young, dude. They just picked up some young talent that are going to be new and trying to learn the system. But fucking Kinlaw, dude, he's a beast, dude. He's going to come in and tear it up, dude. He's going to help out a lot from trading what's his name and Buckner and dude. And I miss Buckner and dude. And I really didn't want to see him go either, dude. I didn't see that coming, dude. It just came out of nowhere, dude. I was
shocking, wasn't it?
I was like, wow, and then Judy I hope they really pay Kittle, dude. You got to pay Kittle, dude. You got to get him and sign, dude. And you got to give him some good money, dude. He's a really good tight end. We do not want to lose him, dude. I don't want to see him. I wanted to see him make some moves in free agency. They didn't really do free agency, but I wasn't disappointed in the year, dude. It was like it was such a like experience just to see them. They were tearing it up every game, dude. And the defense, it was just what I'm saying, dude. It's hard to blame either Jimmy or the defense, dude. Nobody's really trying to blame each other. They fought.
As a team, they just didn't make it, and that's experience.
Because I see McCourty, dude. McCourty from the Patriots and shit were in the defensive back. But I want to see Verrett get some more reps in the dude. Verrett can turn it on. And get back to his Pro Bowl year, dude.
We're gonna see,
and he can stay healthy and hold it down on the other side from Sherman or whatever.
Oh, God, maybe the other side from Mosley.
Williams, they're all doing good, and I don't know, the strong safeties, dude. Yeah. We got to get those safeties figured out.
I think they'll probably the safeties are probably okay. Kevin, we're out of time though. Look, if you get a chance, we'll be looking for you tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
Tired. You too.
Hey, Ed Shea. Come on, Ed Shea.
What's up, Ronbo?
Shea. I mean,
how you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right.
Just listening to some of these good calls in here and everybody relaxing.
All right. Say, I was, as I said tonight, just having fun with ESPN and PFF, putting the spotlight on Jimmy and put him in the comeback player. I said, coming back. I hope I hope he does come back from the stats. If Jimmy comes back from them stats and goes to the next level, I'm not even gonna worry about this statement. I'm delighted. Jimmy G, 4,500 yards, endless amount of TDs. Maybe give me the INTs. I don't know where those are going to be, but I do know I should see a better performance this year. And like we were talking about earlier, balls bouncing off of people into the hands of the defenders. And that's on you, Jimmy. No, it's not. But anyway, it is. It is never going to change. The ball goes to the team. It's still the quarterback's stat. But Shay, what are you feeling, man?
Well, yeah, Rombo. I'm just kind of like, it's just like I've already talked about it, Rombo. That's just kind of like how the mantra of the 49ers, just like everybody disrespects us. Like I always say, like we go back to the 8-0 run, they called us pretenders, right? We had an 8-0 run, they called us pretenders. And then they were like, okay, well, let's see you guys go through the gauntlet when you have to play the Packers, the Saints, and the Ravens.
Yeah.
Consecutively 3 straight weeks. We ended up coming out 2-1 in that. They thought that was the 0-3. We were going to go 0-3. And then we ended up making it all the way to the Super Bowl. And now it's like, oh, man, the 49ers need everybody except for Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't need him anymore. They forget about the Saints game. They forget about the 2 Cardinals games where he was literally doing everything. He didn't have He didn't have Kittle. And it's just, to me, it's just, it's like when will they give Garoppolo respect when he wins? I think for them to finally give Jimmy Garoppolo respect, he would have to win MVP and he would have to win Super Bowl MVP and the Super Bowl MVP. No, and not just the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl and then win the Super Bowl MVP for them to finally be like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has to win both of the MVPs, the regular season and the Super Bowl MVP, and he has to win the Super Bowl. And then they'll be like, all right, you know what? He's a decent quarterback. They won't even say he's a great quarterback. They'll just be like, he's a decent quarterback. And we'll just leave him alone.
Let me add to that. They'll say, well, Jimmy Garoppolo, this was his last year. If he wouldn't have had the year he would have had, the 49ers may have considered moving on from him. So what is wrong with you people, man? Why? What? They was going to move on from him. He wasn't under no trial. God.
Right, Ronbo. It's outlandish, man. Again, these guys get paid to write stories. I don't know if it was Dion Mel or somebody from last week who was just saying, who was talking about Grant Cohn and his father, and it's like these guys aren't even credible sources. He was talking about journalism that's just taking a fall. It's not even about accuracy at this point. It's just about who's first and who can get the most clicks for the article. It's just a bunch of clickbait, and that's exactly what Stephen A. Smith do. That's what they try to do to keep their ratings up. They just got to come up with these
make people mad.
Disgusting propaganda about slandering a player every day, and to me it's just listen, I'm gonna get straight to it. Jimmy Garoppolo, the only thing I need to see Jimmy Garoppolo be is just on the same page with Kyle Shanahan from now on. I need Jimmy Garoppolo to just completely understand the system, and what I mean by that is Jimmy Garoppolo should be around Kyle Shanahan long enough to know what Kyle Shanahan sees on that field. The only thing that we need Jimmy Garoppolo to do is see the field like Kyle Shanahan sees the field. So therefore, Jimmy Garoppolo can take over games. That's it. All he has to do is completely understand and hone in on the system, and then completely just execute it to a T. The execution has been flawless. I think he's done a beautiful job. Coming after a torn ACL. The guy looked good last year. I'm not gonna say he was the best quarterback, but he far wasn't the worst. To me, he was top 10. He's a top 10 quarterback in the league. I still think Jimmy Garoppolo is a top 10. He's better than Kirk Cousins. He showed up in a couple big games. For the Saints game, the Cardinals games. Those were big games for us. We needed every win just to get, and he showed up again in Seattle. He showed up in Seattle. He didn't throw he threw, I think he didn't throw an
second
interception
half, not
that
one
game in the second half.
incomplete pass. Exactly.
And people forgot the 49ers haven't won there in about 10 years at home. We've lost every time we went to Century Link. We've lost every time. The last year we snapped, I think it was a 10-0 winning streak that they had on us. We snapped it 2 years ago at home.
With Nick Mullins?
Then we snapped it. With Nick Mullins. Then we snapped I think it was a 12-6-year long winning streak that we never could beat them in Century League, and we went in and we won it. So, listen, all I'm looking for this year, Ronbo, is for him to understand the system enough to run the system without, I'm not saying without Kyle's help, but understand that, if we're in this specific type of area, if we're on the 40, if we're on the 30, if we're on the 50, if we're at, first and 15, if we're at, a second and 5, know what Kyle already knows what's going to happen. Predict it. See what Kyle's seeing. So that's how you become a better player. Because once him and Kyle are in synchrony, it's going to be over for the rest of the league. I'm telling you, it's going to be a wrap.
I agree.
It's literally going to be Bill Belichick and Tom Brady all over again, man. I'm serious. It's all we need Garoppolo to do. He can execute. He has weapons now. We were getting Hurd back. We're getting Trent Taylor back. Debo, I don't know if y'all saw the post, but Debo just posted on his Instagram. He's doing. He's hard stomping on his ankle. He's getting.
Let's see how durable it is.
Exactly. We got Ayuk back. We got McKinnon finally turning to form. His knee looks like it's fully healed. He's ready to go this season. So again, Ronbo, he has weapons now. All we need him to do is to see the game through Kyle Shanahan's eyes, and it'll be over. It'll literally be Bill Walsh, Joe Montana all over again. That's why Montana was the best, because his footwork was the best. He had one of the prettiest throws. This was what's Cal's friend? I forgot his name. Chris Sims. This was his father, Phil Sims. Phil Sims was on air talking about why they picked Montana over him in the draft. And it was because he just fit the West Coast system. And that's exactly what happened. Montana was able to see the vision of Bill Walsh on the field, and he was able to execute his plays. That's all we need from Jimmy now. He's been in the system for 3 years. He finally has some good reps in. All we have to do is let him see the field the way Kyle Shanahan does, and it's over, Ronbo. I'm serious. It's over.
And let them be his one. All right. All right,
exactly. That's it.
I'm looking for you tomorrow night on Raw, then.
Yes, sir. Shout out to all my TNT brothers, Lil Dre, Trey, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, all my guys. Rombo, again, thank you for the platform, brother.
Thanks,
have a good night. I'll be on tomorrow. Call me
back. Looking forward.
You take it easy, all right?
All right, fam. Night. Yeah, Shane's right. And that's why I say it takes time, though, for that to happen with such an intricate system that requires pinpoint timing and all time. And it's just rhythm and reps. Those guys, they'll get it together, and you're going to see a different quarterback than you saw last year. And to be improved from where he was last year is going to be funny. The term comeback, though, should not be entered into the conversation. Hey, Big Show! Oh, is it crusty at the high note already, but completely agree that Trent Williams and even Jet will become back player candidates for the 49ers. Yeah, that makes sense. By the way, did you check out the cornerback and strong safety I sent you on the Twitter? Not yet. I got him saved, though, and I will soon. Big Show sent already. Big Show's out there scouting out for the draft already because that's what he does. He sees these good players. I'm gonna give him credit. I'm gonna give him credit for Fred Warner forever. I didn't even know what a Fred Warner was, and I was complaining about I wanted this guy, and this guy, and Show wanted to pick up an offensive player that year in the first round. I said, man, we need a linebacker now. Oh, there's Fred Warner's out there. We don't have to pick up a linebacker in the first round. We didn't. We picked up Fred Warner, the third round? Woo! Whoa! Hey! Yes, he'll work. Oh, man. And, hey, Notch! Look at Notch. Hey, Notch. Notch. Oh. Hey, Johnny V. Come on in, John.
Ronbo, my man, what's happening?
John was having fun tonight. And I tell you what, the thing that Shay just brought up with being in sync with Kyle Shanahan and out there seeing, what's funny about Kyle, he once said he needs a QB that can go off schedule because he doesn't want to have to hold your hand out there all the time, right? He likes a quarterback to go off schedule and make some decisions on his own and get things done within the scheme of the offense. And that means you need to know Kyle Shanahan's offense really well. And that is the kind of thing that takes time to build, not only from the quarterback seat, but from the receiver seat as well. I suspect now that George Kittle and Jimmy G are they connected as one. And that means all Jimmy's got to do now, he's got protection. All he's got to do is look for his dude. Trent Taylor, Debo, who's busting ass to get back out on the field soon, has learned a lot from last year. John, if Jordan Reed comes out there and can stay healthy, and Ayuk can be the deep threat, John, only God could stop the 49ers now. That would be it. There is no defense to stop that. None. I got two running backs. I got one that can come on the backfield and runs routes just like a receiver, but he's a running back. I got Mostert, who plans on, the way he's talking, he's trying to have a Hall of Fame season, and we know he's capable. He's got a better offensive line probably now than he did last year. John, bring on 2020. What do you think about Jimmy? What's going to happen here?
Oh, Ronbo, without a doubt. I think Jimmy is going to. I hope Jimmy learns to read the defenses a lot better when he's at the line. I hope first and foremost that he is paying attention and he's studying up. That's probably going to help him as much as knowing Kyle Shanahan's system. Without a doubt. Oh my God!
And the experience, John. He needs to see those things. Yeah, he needs to see those things for the first time.
And to be honest with you, a first full season is what you need under your belt. I mean, He looks so much more. I've been seeing clips of him, Ronbo. He looks more mobile. He's a little quicker on his drops. And I know these are just like run throughs and whatnot. But Jimmy's mobile, his mobile stance, the way he moves, it looks good, and he looks fluid. And I think that means that the knee is 100% because it probably wasn't 100%.
Nah. It takes 2 years.
I think Ronbo. My old lady's a physical therapist, man. She says Jimmy is probably at about 100 now, and he's going to be more confident. So, with that being said, that goes a long way, Ronbo. I mean, read the defense, know Kyle's system isn't something you learn in one season.
Yeah.
So
that's Matt Ryan.
He sat out a season studying it. He got to play a full season, playing it, reading it, doing it. I'm convinced. Wrap Jordan Reed's head with some bubble wrap, and we're in good shape, man.
I know. I wish, John, that's not a bad idea. I mean, you're joking, but I really wish they would put some bubble wrap in his helmet.
Without a doubt.
And please, let's not have any more concussions. Please, Jordan.
I mean,
stay out there.
I mean, either we're gonna utilize him with a 2 tight end set like we said before, or he's gonna just give Kittle a little bit of a break, man, because George can't block, run, and do everything all by himself. So,
well, he shouldn't have to.
Yeah. Wrap his head up and send him out there, Ronbo. I'm all for it, man. But, this year, Ronbo, I am especially looking forward to seeing Jimmy, man. I think he has heard all the criticism, Ronbo. I think the Super Bowl, I think all of that, and I think he's just going to come back with a vengeance with everyone else, Ronbo, and he's going to lead that team, man. He's going to lead them, and I cannot wait. We got what? What do we say? 4 or 5 Sundays and we're back in?
Yeah, I was saying we're in the first week, so we got 3 left in August, right? So I think we're talking 5 weeks, aren't we? What's the first game? The first game is in the first or second week of the season, or September?
I don't know. I didn't look at it.
Yeah, I you glanced at it, but I wasn't exactly the day, but I knew it was in September. But it can't be.
I've been busy building my little time machine, Ronbo. I got an extra seat for you if you want to go back and beat up Vinovich. If you want to go back to that Super Bowl.
Oh, God, wouldn't it be great? Catch him coming out of his car on his way to the parking lot. Got to have some mask on. God. Hey, Bill Vinovich, can I get an autograph from you? And then walk up and just beat that.
Just put him in that goddamn headlock and choke him out. God,
I mean,
it pisses me off.
God, you and your crew, the hell were you doing out
definitely.
There? Man.
Well, I mean, listen, he took it from us, Ronbo, single-handedly, that son of a... He took it from us, Ronbo. But, not for nothing. I'm excited, Ronbo. What are we talking about? What's Debo doing? Stomping on his bad ankle? What is
Debo,
no,
I know. You see that
tape?
Yeah, I kind of worried about that. You could see he was really putting that foot to the test. I said, Debo, you know.
Is that a non-planting foot? Is that his non-planting foot? Do we know?
It looked like he was overemphasizing it to see if it was okay, I guess. I think most trainers would not recommend doing that, especially while it's in healing mode.
What the hell are you stomping on it for, dude?
And he leaned on it. He hit the foot and he dropped the knee. I said, Debo, what are you? Okay, I guess he knows what he's doing. I just kept thinking to myself, I guess he knows what he's doing. Maybe somebody told him to do that, Or is he trying to? I don't know. Kind of worried me, though. I know what you're talking about.
Ronbo, I don't know about you, man, but if you've ever had an injury, the last thing you're doing
is put pressure on it,
7 weeks
right?
out, or you stomping on it, doing stuff to it.
Man, every time I sprained my ankle, every time dudes would walk around me, man, don't step on my foot, man. Back up.
Yeah, man, definitely.
God. So,
I mean, all things considered, Ronbo, I think we got a lot of weapons, and I think Jimmy should feel comfortable with all of them.
He does.
Really
He's got prime time guys out there now. He's got Taylor and Kittle. He's got Debo, I guess soon. You got Jordan Reed now to help you out. So that's going to make a big difference. He's got a guy standing behind him who he says understands what a quarterback is because he once quarterbacked himself. He says he does things in a way a lot different from anybody else he's got behind him in the backfield. This is going to be very interesting to see how well he exploits defenses. So, John?
It'll be awesome, Ronbo. Jordan Reed will be that guy out there wearing a cinder block on his head.
Yeah.
That's the guy that you need to get the ball to. But, yeah, Ronbo, it'll be a good time, man. Jokes are jokes, man. But Jordan Reed, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think it'll be cool.
You should
It'll be cool, Ronbo.
I think it's going to be awesome.
All right, my man. I'll see you tomorrow on Raw.
Looking forward to it. Night, John.
All right, my man. Take care of yourself. Be safe, Ronbo.
You too.
Good night, brother.
Night. Yeah. And Rebel D, and see you, fam. Thank you. Says, hey, what are these guys talking about a comeback of a year? Jimmy Garoppolo, are they serious? Rebel D, it's just one of those low-level, unnecessary calls. Somebody pointed out, Stephen A. Smith and these guys, they built a reputation on making people enraged, and they know which groups to pick on. Because for some reason, you don't see them going after. When's the last time you heard anybody say anything bad about the Patriots? Certain fan bases they know will get a reaction. Stephen A. Smith takes a shot at the Cowboys. He knows he'll get a reaction, A number of people, because we're very emotionally attached to our team, you attack fan bases that you know will click it up, argue, and fight. They love it. Oftentimes, I know the strategy. I don't want to buy into it, but you sit there and you bite you can't stand it. You get it. You fall into the trap. K-Bell, what's up, fam? Jalen Hurd will be our breakout player. Hey, I like that idea. Wouldn't that be awesome? Jalen Hurd will be our breakout player. I am. Oh, keep it pimping. Bello from Dallas. Thanks, K-Bell. Yeah, this is the thing, Hey, Alex. Come on in, Alex.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Alex, man. As you know, PFF and ESPN, they were way out of line, but I thought it was funny. I thought I'd bring it up today. I said, guys, you do realize that PFF and ESPN have teamed up to make Jimmy G a comeback player, a Super Bowl quarterback. He's going to be a comeback player candidate. Well, please, guys, I want to get back to him, but I think I will send an email to both of them. Guys, he's coming back from a Super Bowl? Where do you go from there? I mean, there's no game above the Super Bowl. I don't get it. But why would they do that? And what do you think Jimmy's going to do?
It's almost like a backhanded compliment saying that.
It is.
Because his stats were top 5, top 8 in like almost every stat. He was in the Super Bowl. He was winning games for us. He was I think he's tied for the best quarterback in the fourth quarter. So he should have won it last year. I don't know how he won it. I mean, that's beyond me. Because what's Tannehill coming back from getting cut? Like, I don't understand.
Maybe that's what they're talking about. I like that. That's probably it, Alex. That he's in the league at any rate is a comeback effort for him.
For real. I don't know. I really don't get it. But the reason that there's so much hate for Jimmy, in my opinion, is because, I mean, listen, I don't listen to the talking heads. I don't listen to the mainstream sports media because they all got an agenda.
Stressful.
They all got a narrative to get clicks, to get views, to get money. That's what it's all about, is the money. That's all they care about. So what's going to make money? Mahomes scrambling in the pocket, throwing a 60-yard touchdown. Russell Wilson doing the same thing. Lamar Jackson running 80 yards down the sideline. That's what's exciting. That's what's going to get clicks. That's what's going to get views. And that's why people don't respect Jimmy. Not to mention, Jimmy's quiet. He's not a big personality. He's just really composed, really chill. So there's not much to like pick and choose to like be exciting with. So I think that's why he gets this. Plus, he missed that big throw in the Super Bowl. I mean, we got to bite the bullet on that. So
that put the exclamation point on the haters with their whole narrative. Just beat up on Jimmy. Oh, God, he sucks. They don't trust him. His coach doesn't trust him. You guys don't even know Kyle Shanahan. What the hell are you talking about? You don't know what he's thinking? Oh, my.
No.
What? Ah.
And here's the thing, Jimmy, he is a great quarterback. He's not the quarterback that's going to be throwing 40 yards downfield like every other play. He's a quick release, accurate quarterback. And, I don't get how people aren't putting stock into the fact that he's coming back from an ACL tear. Some people don't come back from that at all. And this guy went to the Super Bowl, put up great stats. Half of his picks were tipped by our wide receivers who were undrafted rookies and rookies. And people say, "Oh, well, you guys got weapons. You guys got such a deep squad." It's like, well, not really. We had rookies that we were grooming. We had a trade for Emmanuel Sanders because our passing game was like nothing. George Kittle was our main still is our main target, but people just make excuses for whatever reason, maybe because they're scared, which I would be too. But I'm looking forward to Jimmy being a little bit more mobile this year, Ronbo. We saw us lose games because of batted passes in the pocket, and we saw it in the Super Bowl. We saw it against the Ravens. I'm sure we've seen it some other games too. I can't think of off the top of my head. Those are the two biggest moments.
Or him not bailing out of the pocket when the pocket collapsed and just standing there.
Right, and
or not throwing the ball
and
away.
This guy can throw out of the pocket, can roll out of the pocket and make throws. We've seen that in.
He does better.
We saw it in the Saints game. We even saw it in 2018 in that first Vikings game, that touchdown to Pettis. He rolled out and threw a beautiful ball to Pettis in the corner of the end zone. Yeah. This guy he's getting his legs back underneath him. He has another year. He got his first full year as a starter. So that's all he needed, Ronbo, was that first full year to get comfortable, to kind of get in the groove. And now we're going to see him come out this year and ball out.
Alex, question. Do you think, and a lot of people believe that Kyle didn't run the play action as much as he probably should have, because Kyle's offense is all about play action. Everything comes out of play action, which is why it's so effective. Was Kyle trying to protect Jimmy's leg last year by keeping him under the pocket and hopefully his offensive line would protect him? Could that have been the thinking?
Yeah, it could have been.
Because Garoppolo's best percentages are actually on rollout and play action.
On play action?
Yeah.
Right. It could be. It could be that. It could also be just the fact that Jimmy was learning the playbook, and he would go through his reads. But he just felt like that was like the play he had to do because that's what Shanahan called, and he hasn't. And I don't know who was talking about it earlier about seeing what Shanahan sees. I don't know if that was like Show or somebody else.
That was Shay.
But they're talking about seeing Shay. So he was saying like he's going to be seeing what Shanahan's going to see. And that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to be able to call these audibles now at the line of scrimmage. Like, okay, let's run this instead of this because they're showing this in the defense. So the more experience he gets in this offense, the better he's going to get and the more mobile he's going to get. So he's going to be able to roll out. He's going to know like where the pressure's coming from, things like that.
Amen. So agree. And that's what it takes. But it takes time. You know, this week, it takes a minute. His first full year. Mike's child's dad's been drilling him on things, but you've got to get out there. You've got the experience. People think he doesn't know how to read defenses. That's not it. It's about fully digesting that playbook and knowing what to do in certain situations. He sees that defense, but a lot of times the receivers have got to adjust as well, and he's got to go what he's got to do. He tries to force that ball into someplace. He saw that guy.
And I think that's why we saw those like boneheaded picks because he felt like that's where the ball had to be. You know what I'm saying? So with more experience, he'll get better. He won't turn the ball over as much. Our offensive line is upgraded, so he's going to get more time. Our interior specifically. So
that's it, Alex. All those things come into play. Alex, let's see you tomorrow night,
Definitely.
Alex. Get a little time.
All right, boss.
All right.
Appreciate it, man. You have a good night, boss.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you, fam. Night. Let's go check. Let us go see if Naj is available. Oh, Naj. I get the feeling sometimes that Naj has a very his constitution is he falls asleep easily. Which is a good thing, actually, because, you know, you go to bed sometimes, it takes a few minutes to fall asleep. Naj, when he lays down, on his way down, he's already out. Boom. Ellis, was that my feedback? Boy, I am loud. I got to stop doing that.
Hey, man, that's a perfect wake up. It's a perfect wake up call, man. I'll take it.
Ellis, I'm in tonight, man, because like ESPN and PFF made me laugh. I'm looking at, they made Jimmy G a comeback candidate. I said, what is y'all? Come on, man. Y'all just abused Jimmy G so badly. I mean, the man coming back from what? Okay, that's you should have gave him comeback player this past season, Tannehill is coming back from where? And if you want to talk about a team that relies only on the run game, Tennessee would be that more than the 49ers. My God, Ellis, there's something wrong with the NFL and the abuse Jimmy G. That's why I love the way his players stick up for him. But anyway, what are you feeling about Jimmy G and the flack he takes and comeback player of the year? Is that warranted? And also, what are you expecting of Jimmy G next year? Or this year, should I say?
You know, it's the criticism is not deserved. I feel like, you know, what Jimmy did was, you know, and first full season, man, you know, we got to remind ourselves of that. A lot of us, you know, become too critical, but take away from the fact of how difficult it is, you know, to play the game of football at a professional level, you know, with consistency. You know, all these guys have pitfalls and you know, some guys kind of, you know, are a little off kilter here and there, and they got to be able to bounce back. But Jimmy came from a hell of an injury, and before he got that injury, he was lighting everybody's ass up.
Mm-hmm.
So if we happen to, that's what I'm hopeful for, that we're going to get that Jimmy. When he came in and played those last, you know, he closed out that season for us, you know, 2 seasons ago. He came in, you know, or 3 seasons ago, he came in, you know, laid the hammer down on guys. So I think it's just going to be a motivation, even more of an inspiration for Jimmy to take it up a notch and just, you know, play his game, not really worry about everybody else, but his game that he will play is going to, in turn, shut everybody the hell up. And then they're going to be turning around, you know, eat crow, as you say. You know what I mean?
I can't wait for that day.
That's what I feel like the next thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm really not.
And Jimmy ain't going to say nothing.
You know,
because that dude's got a lot of class. You know, his dating choices could be improved. But the thing is, otherwise, Jimmy G carries himself in a fashion I really appreciate. You know?
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, you know, in his personal life is nobody's damn business. So
True.
We're not concerned so much about that. As long as it's within reason. Now, who he chooses to be with, that's totally his business. You know, he's not a criminal. He's not doing no crazy shit out there. He's you know, he dips and dabbles with the ladies, and he likes, you know, a little bit of this and that. Let him have his, you know, let him have
spicy.
his cake.
Boy,
you
likes
know?
some spicy.
Yeah, yeah, let him do his thing, man. You know, as long as he comes out there and lets it rip, and you know, and has an even more upscale of a season, I don't see anybody doing anything but kissing his ass.
Yeah.
You know, and so we're not. I'm not really concerned about that. I feel like Jimmy's confident. He's got more than enough reason to be confident. He's got his entire team behind him. He's got a great staff and a great squad around him that, you know, that holds him up in high regard. So I would tune that shit out. It would.
And you need to underline that part too. Jimmy G is so respected by his teammates. They will go to bat for him in a heartbeat. I mean, all of them. I mean, we have about 5 or 6 guys all season long defending Jimmy, putting energy and effort into it. Now that's a mark of a leader, that he influences his guys around him like that.
Yeah, man. Look, I don't buy the PFF and the criticism from everybody else. It's just a talk. It's just to get people drawn in, and you know, just to, you know, it's actually giving him more of a form, you know, to kind of shine a little bit, because then you know, as each week he's gonna obviously come in and do his thing. I mean, everything may not be perfect, but Jimmy's gonna come and play his ass off. I don't see him doing anything less than that, and he's gonna you know, the naysayers will, you know, they'll all get, you know, it's going to backfire. So I'm not concerned about it. What else we got going on? Just Jimmy tonight?
We just Jimmy tonight. Anything else you want to circle on? Jordan Reed is official. He is going to be a 49er. He will be a part of a dual tight end set, one that Kyle Shanahan's been wanting. Kyle's got to be chomping at the bit to get out there. He already said he can't wait to get those guys together and start working on some things. So, you know, I do love what's coming up. And I can't. And we got so many things to look forward to, because you got Jet will be launched this year. It's going to be an exciting season. Ellis, crazy, man.
It's going to be. I feel like it's going to be better than last season. I don't like to, you know, I'm not like a official prediction, but just looking at the fact that we got these guys that didn't get to play last year and how great they're looking, it's nothing short of promising. You know what I mean? There's no way to really look at it negative. I mean, the only downside is, of course, we don't have Debo coming into the week, but look at him how he's already progressing. He's already making big cuts on that ankle, and that foot. Shit, I was almost like, damn, Debo, calm down. Watching him and shit. I'm like,
that video was
damn,
scary,
bro,
wasn't it?
hold on, baby. Baby steps now. Come on, but he's ready to go. And shit, if he's feeling it, then go ahead, and keep getting that strength up. And I mean, we'll be seeing him before in no time, man.
In 5 weeks? Ellis, in 5 weeks, I got to feel Debo's through healing up. I really do. 5 weeks is a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the way he's training. So, yeah, I look for Debo. He might miss 1 or 2 games, but that's it.
Yeah, I seen the Trent Williams and how he was, talking earlier, that video you were talking about where he's, out there with the guns and stuff at the podium. I just had a chance to watch it. I'm like, yeah, that's a big man. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see him, doing his thing and handling these damn D linemen. That ain't no slouch. That's not a pushover by any means. So I'm excited, and Nick is about to turn it up. I mean, it's going up. So that's all we can really say, and I'm just excited, man. I know we're all just at the edge of our seats right now, man. I can't wait.
You know, it'll be fun, Ellis.
Go ahead, champion.
No, I was just kidding.
No, you go ahead, fam.
With Trent Williams, it'd be fun if somebody, since everybody's talking about it, go ahead and make the Trent Williams fake body. You could buy it at the concession, or at the sporting goods stores around San Francisco area. Well, you gotta have them shipped. You gotta have them sell them online, and people are sitting up at the stands with the Trent Williams body on.
Yeah,
even girls
absolutely.
wear the Trent Williams body, his tattoos and arms and everything. Well, look at this dude! Oh my God, it's Trent! I thought Trent had a jacket on.
Goodness.
That's you! Dang!
Yeah,
that's
man.
a big dude.
It's really going to be nice. When I seen that lineup with him, McGlinchey, Tom, Lakin, and what they had, Richburg, and just the lineup, you know what I mean? That was just the first team lineup that they had, had put up. I was just thinking like, damn, Jimmy's going to be having a really good time. You know what I mean? And just the team as a whole. Kyle is about to have a field day. We got Jordan, we got George, we got Charlie. And Ross, and just the running back group, the receiver group. We can really take this, this year without really blinking an eye.
Right.
But we got the weak ass Seahawks looking to try to get Antonio Brown so they can have him for week 9 and on. Y'all are pathetic. You're literally trying so hard. You'll probably get Everson Griffin or somebody else to add on there, and then get Antonio Brown because because Pete Carroll's probably losing hair. His ass will be bald by week 9.
That's funny stuff. We gotta go.
Sir.
I'm gonna look for you tomorrow night. All right,
family. Yes, sir, family. Thank you, Ronbo, as always, man. Shout out to you and the whole Nine of Faithful. Make sure y'all download that Ronbo Sports app, man. Hit the like, subscribe. We got a whole lot in store for us, gentlemen. Have a good night, fam. Thank you again.
You too. Night, Ellis. Yeah. Get the Trent. Don't let him put that. I'll be the first one to buy it. The Trent Williams body armor. Put it on. All of a sudden, your head's here and you got this body out here, man. Big T, TW, RB. Come on in, man.
Ronbo. Mic check. We sounded tonight.
Oh, it's perfect tonight, actually. That is good. Well, I mean, man, we're like mulling over the PFF and PFF and ESPN, taking a shot at Jimmy as if Jimmy, was he bad news last year? I mean, did he take the year off? He's a comeback candidate? Why? Jimmy's not eligible for comeback candidate. What's he going to do? Full 15 and 1? Okay, 16 and 0. He'd have to go 16 and 0 just to make sure you're keeping in relation to what comeback player is. He needs to go 16 and 0 because you got to set the bar pretty high. He's got to go 16 and 0, MVP of the regular season, Super Bowl MVP as well. That's what it would take. I mean, come on. What is that? That's insane. But what do you expect it, IB? And are these guys out of line? Or are they just, is it real or what?
You know, I like to put my own little twist on things, man. You know, shout out to the show. You know, I've been paying attention tonight, man. This is my spin on it, right? I'm not. I understand what you're saying, and I understand what other people are saying as far as, okay, it's like a slap in the face. But realistically, we look at the whole team. We look at everything that we went through last year, and this is not just Jimmy's comeback season. This is the whole team's comeback season. I mean, look at how many players we got coming back that we haven't even seen in 49er uniforms yet.
Jalen,
You know what I'm saying? So this
McKinnon,
is
Trent,
all
Taylor.
of our comeback season. And I want to say, I think the word that everybody is looking for tonight is continuity. If we have continuity on both ends of the ball, things will be totally different, man. I mean, Jimmy, you know, I hear people saying, oh, Jimmy couldn't make that pass. Jimmy couldn't make that pass, or the defense flopped. We didn't have continuity all throughout that team. You know what I'm saying? Because realistically, the defense didn't really flop. The defense came up, Tavarius Moore came up with that interception in the fourth quarter.
They made plays.
So right when the tide started slipping. You know what I'm saying? What happened was offense didn't have continuity. We didn't have enough to get it back on there, and that wasn't Jimmy. It was a mixture of Jimmy. It was a mixture of Kyle Shanahan and just our offense in general. You know, like I said last time, you know, we show glimpses of that immaturity on offense and defense. And for this year, we've been saying it all year round. This is the revenge tour. We have to keep that identity. We have to look at it as we have to have a chip on our shoulder. Jimmy has to come back and say, you know what? I have to do better. Why? Because like a couple callers, Mel and everybody else said, now he's got his legs under him. Okay, so it's not so much about mobility. It's about confidence. It's not so much he can't throw that pass, but when you got guys coming to you and you haven't used your leg in 6 months or whatever, or 4 months, you can't make that pass properly. So it's confidence. He needed that confidence, and then that's why we went out to get Trent. That's why we got the offensive line a little bit more stable, so our offense can have that continuity. That's why we brought in Reed, you know, on the tight end position. So we can spread it out a little bit and you know, play ball like how we're supposed to. Like I said, I think you know, I totally agree. What we want to see is Jimmy to have that confidence where he can go out there and he can call a couple audibles and do his checkdowns without Kyle having to do his input. But like you said, and like everybody else says, it takes time. You know, for a good portion there, we weren't sure who our main offensive targets were as far as receivers. It was Debo or it was Kittle, and we saw glimpses of what Sanders could do, but we didn't have the offensive line to protect that man. You know, I mean, the first 6 to 8 games, Jimmy was running like a running back out there. he was running through them holes, man.
Yeah, man.
He got hurt. He got hurt again last year, and he just fought through it. That's that to me, that's realistically looking at it. So I understand. I don't like Stephen A. Smith anyways, and none of them guys. So I like the last caller said, I don't take nothing that they say with a grain of salt. But this is our comeback season because Jimmy's got a serious chip on his shoulder, man. We had that game. Had that game. You know what I'm saying?
And you know he feels responsible too. He does.
Oh yeah, and all of the criticism that he's gotten, even during last season, none of that was warranted, man. This man came back. He fought every game. He could have said. I mean, we didn't see Mullins in any of those games. Nobody gives him credit for that. You know what I'm saying?
I think they all take it upon themselves. Everybody blames himself individually on the 49er team as far as losing that game.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you're going to see a whole team. And that's a good point you bring up. The whole team's looking at the comeback kids. Because, yeah, everybody feels responsible for that game. And to some degree, everybody did take part in that loss.
Yeah, they did. I mean, and you know, Kyle definitely feels responsibility because he went and he got that man a solid offensive line. He went and got that man a bunch of running backs that we're all excited to see. You know what I'm saying? So he did him and John. They did their due diligence. They made up, in my opinion. In my opinion, they made up for that loss last year. Now we have to see it in the gameplay, but I believe that they made the right moves, man.
Like
specifically with Kinlaw.
And
with Kinlaw.
And Kinlaw. And also, how in the world, Trent Williams all of a sudden is in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
Now, you know, I would love to say, I agree with one of the callers. I would love to say he's a comeback player, but he didn't get injured. It wasn't really an injury. It was more of a contractual thing. So we know that the man is healthy. We just need to see him back in uniform. And hopefully he don't injure none of our guys during practice. You know what I'm saying?
Nick doesn't look like he's crazy.
I don't know if Nick is ready for him yet,
right?
man.
Nick doesn't seem like he's crazy about this, does he? I mean, that's why Trent's going to use him to get himself back in shape. But Nick's looking at him like, okay.
I just hope it doesn't go too far in practice. You know what I'm saying? Because we have those type of practices. We saw Bosa get hurt last year. We saw guys get hurt in practice.
Yeah.
You know, they think Santa Clara, they think it's all finesse, but my guys go hard. So hopefully we can get into this season. And I want to say this about Debo real quick, man.
Real quick.
Stop rushing Debo. Stop rushing Debo. I don't want to see Debo to week 5 realistically. I want to see some of these new guys we got, man. I want to see what Jordan Reed's going to look like. Charlie even. I mean, what about my boy with Jet? Let's see him. You know what I'm saying?
They're not going to let Debo come back before they think he's ready. Debo can get mad all he wants to. All right.
Yeah,
we're out of time,
he got to chill out.
He's got
to.
Yeah,
all right.
That's
I'll
the way
see
he
you
goes.
Monday Night Raw.
All right, fam.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. Night, IB. Yeah, somebody may have to tell Debo, okay, let me talk to you for a minute, man. Sit down, relax for a second, all right? I like your training. Listen, let's also keep in mind that foot of yours is just a little bit off the table. Let's I know, keep working, but let's keep everything in perspective, okay? I'd be worried to death. I'd be trying to keep smiling as I talk to him, though. Dion!
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, I'm like everybody else that loves Jimmy. I'm working. I'm trying to find. I'm figuring. I gotta send these guys a tweet in a minute. Because I'm good at sarcastic tweets. I say, guys, Jimmy, you got to come back. Is he coming back from what? Last year was the injury year, and then he went to the Super Bowl. Where were you guys at with the comeback player? Now he's going to be the comeback player. Please help me understand. It could be like IB says, though. Maybe he means the Jimmy G-led 49ers can come back from last year. But I need an interpretation. But what are you thinking?
I'm good, man. I think it's just people just hating on Jimmy G. That ain't nothing new. We all know they dislike him. We all know they can't, they get mad at him. They can't mess with him. And they're upset that, the man went to a Super Bowl and wound up doing what he did.
And they didn't
look
predict
at the commentators, all of those guys.
Yeah.
They mad, Oh, well, Jimmy can't do this. He can't do that. He couldn't make the throw. He can't do this. We need to see more. We need to see this.
Kyle doesn't trust him. Yeah. That's my favorite. Kyle don't trust him. Man, what is y'all? Kyle don't trust him.
Like, you're going to sit up there and really try to tell me that this man does not trust him for anything, for any reason, and he went ahead and got him. He put him in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He called the plays. He did what he was supposed to do. He did everything that he would, you would have wanted someone to do. And Kyle doesn't trust him. It doesn't make sense. And then you look at the help they got Jimmy, man. It's perfect. You go out, you get Jordan Reed to help I mean, you got to think about it. What I thought about was, you think about it like this. You now have a Gronk and Aaron Hernandez situation with George Kittle and Jordan Reed. Because if you rotate out Jordan Reed and you keep that man healthy, then you don't have anything to worry about. You know what I mean? Not to worry about concussions and things of that nature. Why? Because he ain't being used enough to have all that crap happen to him. You know what I mean?
D, on that matter, how you going to use? Now you can bring Warner in. I'm gonna use Warner for the kill moves. Instead of putting George in at a block, George is the best at it. But I'm gonna train Warner, so I can shuttle Jordan and George in and out, and let Warner beat people up. You know?
Oh yeah, you could let him do that, man, because that's what his job was at Georgia. He was the one to do it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't
that sets him
not
up.
like he doesn't really do.
True, and that sets him up for some offensive plays. Because if the defense, I just put Warner out there to block. All right, guys, focus on Kittle and Reed. All of a sudden, he does a spin off the interior tackle. He rolls into the pocket. You know, he's a good receiver, actually. That's what he was before he became a grunt. Ooh, there's so many options, D. So many.
Oh, way too many options, man. We got way too many options. We got way too many things that we can do. And we're going to be that great, man. You know what I mean? It just this year is our year. People aren't ready for it, and we're going to be out there doing everything that we need to do. And they're going to be thinking like, damn, man, what do we do? How do we get these damn teams? How do we get this team off the field? And what can we do to make sure that they don't wind up, you know, taking us out and putting us in a situation where we can't win because they're not as good as we are. You're stuck like Chuck, man. You don't have no choice. Everything that you do is going to be predicated based off of how can your defense win. And if your defense cannot win, then you are stuck and you are screwed. You have no hope, and there's nothing that anyone is going to be able to do for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just going to keep trying to go back and forth, and it's just going to put you in an uncomfortable position because we're going to come so hard at you in so many different ways, and we're going to win these battles, and you're going to be like, damn, man, like, fuck. It's going to be frustrating to a point where people are going, you know, teams are going to just say, I give up. Forget it. I have time.
Because, D, the only reason teams thought they had a chance, and the only reason analysts were saying the bad things they were about the 49ers is because they thought the offense was lagging. D, if the offense clicks this year, good Lord, what do they talk about then? Because you already know the defensive devastation. Oh, my Lord, what a team.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just got to get them going. That's why Debo said, man, I want to be a part of this, man. Damn this ankle. And don't tell me, it's like somebody said, Debo said, that's my ankle, punk. Debo said, don't bother me about my ankle, man. I'm not missing no 4 or 5 weeks.
You don't want nobody. He don't want nobody telling him nothing about his ankle. He's a young kid, though, man. You got to understand that part.
Yeah,
when you're a young kid like that, that's just your mentality.
You think
go,
you're Superman.
Go.
You can go.
You still has that mentality of if I take time off, it's a possibility I could lose my spot. But it's like Debo, you're Debo, bro. You don't have to worry about that, man.
Actually, that's true.
He ain't got no problem.
I would think that he would at least have, if you're going to have a little bit of arrogance, you should have at least that much knowing that everybody's waiting for your return. Don't worry about stealing your job. Just get better.
Oh, yeah.
And when you come back, the door is open for you, and you'll be put back in there. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we definitely, we already know he's flying back into the starting spot. That's a dead given. Like, it ain't nobody else going to take his spot. I mean, I'm anxious to see these players that haven't played, come back and see what they could do. I hope that Jalen Hurd is the guy that we saw for those couple of plays. And I hope that Jet is the guy that everybody is riding this train about. But for me, I'm not. I'd like, me, I ain't on the train.
He's in Arizona, but he's via Missouri. He's from the Show Me State.
So there you go. Show me. Show me.
And you deserve that too. Because I tell you, D, man, this team is so good looking that you'd be shocked if they didn't do well. If they don't do well because of injury, it's a very sad thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I mean, if he winds up in another situation where he's injured this year, you can't do anything else with him. You just gotta look and go, you know what, man? All right, we appreciate your time here, and it's time for you to go.
Yeah, Juwan, you're up. Because Juwan Jennings and Jalen Hurd are pretty much going to carry the same function. You try to tackle them, and you go get hurt trying to tackle them. That's what they do.
Oh, it's gonna be painful trying to tackle Juwan Jennings. You ain't even going. Yeah, you ain't gonna want none of that, man. That man, that's a dog right there. That's why I said it's gonna be a hell of a time for Dante trying to make the team because you can't be out there joking around and giggling and sitting on the sidelines. We ain't gonna have no room for it.
And passing out your cookies that you baked last night. Hey guys, try these cookies. These are my best.
Hey guys, you want to look at my cat? My cat's gonna be great. He's just fantastic. We ain't gonna try for this.
D, we gotta go, D. See you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow night on Raw, man.
Yeah, appreciate the platform. Appreciate what you do. Continue to do it, baby.
Thanks, D. Appreciate you, family. You know this. All right. Have a good night. All right. And click about D.R. Johnson, especially you haters. Y'all need to, boy, if it wasn't for D and several other people there, you would have no entertainment in the chat. You just like to bother him because you know you get a reaction. Dion has dual function. Get on over to his page and talk to him. Give him likes and everything else.
I will gladly light you up. And you only in this chat because your team sucks that bad to the point where they don't have a platform like this. Just remember that.
All right, D. Have a good night, fam.
Night, brother.
And I talked to Amy Gaffney, is actually Travis. Travis, I see you, man. You on the phone? Because Travis, let me know. Hey, man, I'll be in there checking y'all out, man. I'm coming in on another account, but it's me, Travis. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Ronbo.
Josh, how you doing, man? It's
doing good, man. Just trying to get through this little heat wave that's going on today.
Josh, where are you? Where it's so hot? Are you in Bakersfield, California, where I grew up as a small child?
I'm in Sacramento.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Sacramento is far enough inland. You guys get Bakersfield heat too. It's not as quiet as desert burning, but it's hot. So yeah, you'll survive it.
Yeah,
Josh,
it sucks.
Josh, think about this. Does it get very cold in the winter months in Sacramento? You guys getting like mild temperatures? It get dropped down pretty low.
Nah, not really. I mean, it's kind of the same as Bakersfield. The coldest it gets here is maybe like 36 degrees, at nighttime, but it doesn't really get that cold. It's like a desert here.
Yeah, that's electric blanket time for me. 36, anything under 40, get the electric blanket, man. Turn this thing on, baby. Hey, but Josh.
Not me, Ronbo. I love it when it's cold.
Yeah, one of those guys. Well, Josh, tonight we have come to the defense of Jimmy G, as everybody does. That's what's so cool about Jimmy G. G doesn't sit around and bark back at the media like maybe Cam Newton or some of these other guys do. G or even Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, G just stands there and he takes abuse. Everybody else takes up his fight. That's why the dude is so cool. But G has now been PFF and ESPN. Jimmy G. We're putting him on our list of candidates of comeback player of the year. Really? Why that list? Why couldn't you put him on possible MVP list or something like that? Guys, he went to the Super Bowl last year. There's no...
Yeah,
I don't understand. What? So, and what do you expect from Jimmy G this year after taking the abuse quietly as he does? And you know he's not. Jimmy G hears everything that's being said. Because if you were Jimmy G's closest friend, wouldn't you come and tell, Jimmy, man, they're talking about you like a dog, man. You're going to be judged for the rest of your natural life because of that throw in the Super Bowl. G, I don't know what he would say, but it's hilarious. But what are your feelings?
I think it's kind of sad, because everybody treats him like he's Trent Dilfer.
Yes!
Like they do. And
I forgot about
and
how
Trent Dilfer was garbage.
He was. His defense
But
saved
he,
his butt.
he won a Super Bowl. But but you know what, Jimmy, he hears them all talking, and especially pickle face Stephen A. Smith.
I like that. I got to remember that one.
Wait,
let me just Joseph
he just
Smiley.
keeps it to
Joseph
himself.
Smiley, the joke went incomplete in that Week 17 in second half. Held a clinic in Seattle. Just learned to appreciate that stuff. All right, go ahead.
No, he keeps it into himself. He's 100% professional. He's a stud, and that's what being a leader for your team is all about. He's professional. He doesn't get into the whole social media thing. He didn't even do interviews during the off season. When he just did his interview a couple of days ago, they asked him why, and he just said, "Well, you have to ask my my guy about that." But he just keeps away from it. He's focused on football and all that. So I don't let it get to his head that much.
And at least
just
didn't
the
show
type of guy he is.
Yeah. Never responds to the nasty rhetoric he gets. Never reacts. Just keeps his focus ahead. That's why I know he's going to be great.
I think this year he's definitely going to shred teams. He's just going to shred defenses this year. Like I mentioned the last time I was on the line, Ronbo, we're going to see a lot of things that we haven't seen yet from Kyle's playbook yet, because we're going to have Jet McKinnon back, and this whole offense was built around Jet McKinnon, from what Kyle has said. And we're going to just be blown away from what Jimmy's going to do. He's going to have a full year under his belt finally, and he's going to be a year removed away from recovering from his injury. I don't think he was 100%. I think he was maybe 65%, honestly.
Nah, you can't be 100%. Not after that kind of injury. It takes over a year. But he was gallant in going out there and at least doing a very good job. Now, with two healthy legs, guys like Joseph Smiley are going to stop talking trash real soon.
Well, if you noticed, every time he would step back, he was always dragging his leg, his left leg, and he wasn't doing that before the injury, and you could tell it was affecting him. But he was still performing really good. And the first year he was with us, he had the magic feet. He had really good footwork.
Directing
like
his receivers,
Joe
moving
Montana.
around. He's got the hand going. He's moving this guy this way. Boom! Touchdown! Niners! It was over and over. Over and over.
Yeah. Now, nobody is ever going to be better than Joe. Nobody. But I really did see, some similarities there of the footwork alone, just how Joe would move around on his feet and how Jimmy was too. And it really reminded me a lot of Joe.
Yeah.
So, I think this year he's just going to come out and he's just going to light a fire under everybody's ass. They're still going to criticize him and say, well, until he wins the Super Bowl, and even after that, it's going to have to take 2 Super Bowls and 2 MVPs, because they just don't like him, and everybody is still all over Aaron Rodgers, It's like, what the hell has Rodgers done the last 10 years?
Josh, I'm glad you brought that up. Aaron Rodgers, the 49ers handed him his butt twice. And even though Jimmy wasn't, it's not Jimmy's fault. It wasn't necessary for Jimmy to throw the ball. So when you can beat a team up on the ground, you beat them up. It runs the clock out. It runs the score up. It ends the game without anybody getting hurt. It's a wonderful thing.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
And Rodgers could do nothing about it. All right, Mr. Perennial Pro Bowler. See, but Jimmy does that. He's dirt. He can't play. He's so. Man, please.
Yeah, and everybody says, well, there's so many pieces on this team before you can even get to Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, what do you think every winning team has?
Right?
They don't have just one person.
It's just strange.
So, and I mean, our offensive line wasn't that great this last season either. I mean, it was good, but Joe, it was showing on Joe, and I love Joe. I really do wish he was still with us because I wanted to see one more trick play from him, catching getting a catch before he retired. But that didn't happen, unfortunately. But Joe was getting burnt by some guys, and
it was coming,
with Jimmy having that injury, in the brace, it was affecting him. And I think Kyle 100% was telling Jimmy, stay in the box, don't try to run, don't injure yourself, don't take any risk. And
like I said, there was no play action, and that's not Kyle Shanahan's real football. You'll see play action this year. Critics are going to get off of Jimmy. I suspect by week 3, we're seeing a different Jimmy Garoppolo than we saw last year. And apparently, some of the things being said about Jimmy Garoppolo being in the system more than a year could pay off. It's paying off big. Now the 49ers are 4-0, and none of the games were even close. I can't wait till that happens. I know that's coming up. I can feel it.
Yep. Even Steve Young didn't get this much criticism, and he was a total gunslinger, and he threw interceptions left and right, at one point.
Passes sometimes.
And
he had Taylor and Rice. I mean, if Jimmy had Taylor and Rice, oh my God! I'd like to see that. Actually, he may have something similar to that this year. We'll see. Josh,
I'm thinking.
We'll make that point. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think comeback player of the year, it's probably either going to be Jet. I really would like to see him, or maybe Trent might be comeback player of the year.
Yeah, because he's been out. Yeah, he's been out long enough to get that. He gets eligible for that. All right, Josh. Great stuff, fam. We'll see you tomorrow night on Raw. Okay.
All right, Ronbo.
Looking forward. Night, Josh. And what would the night be if we didn't talk to Hayden?
Hey, Ronbo.
Hayden, it's funny that you show up right now. Their Big Show has come in and says, we need to realize, because I know how you feel about Dante Pettis, he's one of your favorite players. He says, we need to realize that Dante got hurt last year, and we need to get up off him and let him get out there and be healthy. See, Hayden, you that means you were picking on him, not me. You said Dante is somebody you just as soon do without. Oh, God. But anyway.
So Jimmy Garoppolo's the topic for tonight?
Yeah, exactly. Wait, because Hayden, Jimmy's been called a candidate for comeback player of the year. Is Jimmy a candidate for comeback player of the year? 13-3? And even though they don't want to give him credit for the 13, he was still out there doing his thing. Drew Brees knows he's not a comeback player.
It's always, the excuses on why we're so good is the defense.
Yeah.
It's only the defense, right, Ronbo?
Absolutely. What would we be without that defense?
He didn't beat Drew Brees. He didn't do any of that.
He didn't take the Rams apart. He didn't go out and beat the Hawks in one of the most crucial games of the season, not one incompletion in the second half, Hayden. No, Jimmy's not. He's no good.
Yeah.
Let them talk. Hayden, they don't know what they're talking about. Hayden, how good is Jimmy G going to be this year? What are you looking at?
I don't know if he's off of his injury, then
right. They say he's moving around really well.
Yeah, because I was just watching his 2017 year, and he moved around in the pocket. He was doing really good.
He could evade pressure with the best of them.
He ran a few times.
Yeah. So I'm expecting that again. And he's got.
That's the only year when everyone liked him. Stephen A. Smith liked him that year.
Yeah, but you know what, Hayden? At the end of the season, Stephen A. Smith, Jimmy Garoppolo ain't showed me nothing. I see in a few weeks. I'm not making no conclusions behind that smaller sample. And, that's when you want to punch your TV right in the face. Hit Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith,
talking about.
And then when he beat the Saints, he was like, yeah, he played good, but he's still porn star Jimmy G.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, brother.
Oh, and he thought that was funny as he said it. Well, he is porn star Jimmy, and when I say porn star Jimmy, it's not a disrespectful thing, but he did look good in this game. Hey, Hayden, you know what? I think that was the game that in the power rankings, that was the week Stephen A. Smith finally put the 49ers at the number 1 spot. Hayden?
Yeah.
Hayden? What does that sound?
Oh, they're working on the house.
Oh. At this hour? Well, whatever. Hey, can you find a little more quieter spot? That was pretty loud. Well, anyway, hey, give me your feeling on Stephen A. Smith and ranking the 49ers at number 1 behind Jimmy.
I think he's just gonna shut up all the haters this year, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he's gonna play better than last year, and then he's gonna, and then they're gonna all be Jimmy Garoppolo fans now.
Yeah, they won't. You can't admit to those kind of things. They can't be a Jimmy Garoppolo fan because they've already said too much, right? And most of them are not men enough to admit when they made a mistake like that. So what they'll do is they'll just say, well, yeah, he looks a lot better than he did last year. I'll give him that. You know, it'll be that kind of thing, right? So, you know.
I know.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, you got people in there saying Dak Prescott is better than Jimmy. I'm trying to understand, when did Dak Prescott do anything, last year?
Rather than go 8-8,
8-8. It didn't
8-8.
beat one team over 500, right? I mean, Jimmy beat everybody he saw less than 500. Well, except for the Atlanta Falcons.
And then I can't believe people even the Niners reporters are saying we're gonna lose to the freaking Cowboys. Okay.
Can't wait to play. I wish you could play the Cowboys in week 2 or 3. I don't want to wait too long, because
No.
Oh, Cowboys.
Yeah, what did that guy say on the Cowboys? That we're the real hot boys? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
God. Hey, can you
I
see
just
that
wanna,
as
we're the real hot boys. No, the Niners are the real hot boys.
Exactly. We put 2 Z's in it. See, I can't wait, because you know how Quan is. Quan Alexander is going to be yelling up and down the sidelines. I hope it doesn't get flagged, but I can see him now. Hey, who the hottest now? Who the hottest now? See that? Look at scoreboard, baby. Who the hottest now? Oh, I can see it now.
Yeah. He's definitely gonna do that.
God, I can't wait for that day. Because the Cowboys, they ain't got no thing.
Yeah. We're gonna lose to the 8-8 Cowboys. Oh, it was just the coaching. Okay.
McCarthy has no idea what he's gotten himself into. Jerry Jones is the problem with that team. As long as he's there, the Cowboys will continue to have these problems. But they don't know it. They think it's the coach.
I know, they're just.
Hey, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see you tomorrow night. All right. Hope you can sleep with that noise.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye. Oh, God, I can't wait till next season. Hey, and there he is. He is the Iron Sheik.
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Sheik, man. In here tonight, taking up Jimmy Garoppolo's case, man. They're beating up on my boy Jimmy Guap. Like Jimmy G. I'm glad he is like he is, though, Sheik, because he could be a guy that lashes back out. You know, he could do a Baker Mayfield. He could do a Cam Newton. He could do an Aaron Rodgers. But G doesn't. He just sits back quietly and lets the fans, his teammates, and everybody talk for him. Meanwhile, he's sitting there, and you know he's thinking, though, because it is pissing him off. You couldn't be human if you didn't hear some of this stuff and not get a little peeved. But just what Jimmy does, he funnels all that energy in. Okay. Last year, I just came off that injury. Fine. I'm not going to use that for an excuse. I had a receiving group that was in the throes of training and learning. We worked together, learning the offense, but that's all fine. That's all fine, all right? Because we got all that behind us now. Okay, let's go. Look, I'm telling you right now, Sheik, this is going to be something to behold. What are you thinking, though? We got a comeback player of the year or a monster coming back?
I think we're going to have a monster coming back because the guys that were just added to the team and let go as well, like Mike Person, for example, on the right side. I think Bronsko's going to be definitely helping on the side with him, and you got one of the best left tackles in the league.
If not the best.
He is the best. He is one of the best. He's proven. You know, and people like my nowadays, like he's him and Jordan Reed are like injury prone. But let me tell you this: they got a year to be rested, and Jordan Reed's not going to be that effective because we have. He's going to be effective, what I'm trying to say, but George Kittle is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Trent Williams is an athletic freak. He's a freak, athlete. And what he's going to do on the left side with Tomlinson is going to be nuts. Jimmy G's blind side is going to be
It's
protected.
so protected. Oh,
yeah.
And Sheik, don't forget about the run game. Most of it's going to be, I mean, you know, it's so funny. We've got two of the best run game tackles in the game. McGlinchey, his pass protection is not always the best, but you could run behind that machine all day. And now you can run behind both. Oh.
Yeah. Mike McGlinchey for a running game. Oh, he's effective. That's why Kyle Shanahan picked him for a reason. He definitely needs to improve his passing game, blocking, but he'll adjust because he's going to have 2 years. Two years in his belt now. So he'll be fine.
3. Yes, it's 3 year, right? Yeah.
The 3, yeah. So like you said, like the run game is going to be in effect. You know, we're going to have weapons he could throw to as well. We upgraded over Emmanuel Sanders. He's a great player. He was a leader for us to help out these other wide receivers we have and improve their game. But Brandon Ayuk is cheaper. He's more athletic. He's a route king.
Mm-hmm.
He has crazy arms.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys that we brought in, I'm like, wow, and Jordan Reed with that dual tight end. And there's a lot of talks right now going on around the world, NFL right now, saying they could literally, Clinton Portis said, this could be the best tight end duel in the freaking league right now. Coming in, Jordan Reed and George Kittle. So it could happen. It could. It's going to be exciting. And, all these other Super Bowls that other teams like Gronk, Hernandez, they won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So it could happen. So I'm excited. And the weapons that Jimmy G is going to finally have with Kyle Shanahan, ooh, it's going to be fun, Ronbo.
I tell you, you got Shanahan. You got Shanahan running that arsenal. That's the most fun part. My God, what is a team going to do? What is a defense going to do? How do you plan on that? You talk about DC staying up all night trying to figure out how he's going to stop this. He may as well go to bed. Sheik, he may as well go to bed. You can be in bed there's nothing you can do but hope. That's it.
Right. I was having this little debate on this NFL page, and they were saying, the guy was like, I will take a dual tight end from the Eagles over Kittle. I was like, well, did you know Kittle could block better? And he has a better stats than Ertz. Like, if we added Jordan Reed right now, we have the option to be even better. It's like they're just like they're hating. You just don't understand what Kyle Shanahan does. It's gonna be fun, Ronbo. And he's just a blocking guy. You're gonna overprice for all blocking. I'm like, let me tell you, Kittle is done it all, man.
Wait, you talked to some people that said all he does is block? What? Really?
Yeah, these Eagle fans, man, it's crazy, Ronbo. They don't even watch your tape. That's pretty much what they're doing. They just think he's a blocking tight end, and it's all you do is run. Like Kittle is a fucking catching tight end. He can do it all for you. That's why he's asking for receiver money.
They must have been living in a cave. Really? They didn't know any better than that.
Yeah. Well, it's typical Eagle fans, Ronbo. Eagle fans are just hating. That's why you get so much hate in the fan base.
I've never really had any lengthy conversations. Patriot fans off the East Coast. That's about it.
Yeah.
Eagle fans don't sound like they're too well informed. That's pretty funny.
They're just very homers. That's kind of unfortunately what they are.
But I mean, if I'm going to go after a team or a player, I'm going to name something about him. But to say that George Kittle is just a blocking tight end, that's just ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ignorant. It's just haters, man. That's what it is going to be in the league. And it just like the media, for example, Rob. It's like they're still hating on us from this. Like, let them be haters. Let's keep on hating on us. Because what happened? We let you eat crow. I'm going to give you some more crow because we had for Thanksgiving you want some, Christmas dinner. What do you want? New Year's dinner? What do you want? We'll give it to you every week.
Hey, it'll be like Richard Sherman. You got to quote Richard Sherman, Sheik. Yeah, no, just keep talking. Don't change your mind. Keep talking stupid. So at the end of the season, we can talk about how stupid you are.
Exactly. That's why I love Sherman and his team. I would love to have him back, Ronbo. We need leaders like that. And Kittle's one of them. And we got Jimmy Garoppolo coming from the GOAT. He's going to be a great player. He's going to be potentially an elite player. It's all in his hands right now. He has that chance to do it.
Yeah.
So
that's, I tell you. And Cheek, as a matter of fact, when Jimmy, I wonder, at the end of the season, I want to hear, somebody pointed out earlier, what will the critics say about Jimmy after a stellar year? Because Jimmy's not going to show any different emotion. I wonder what they're going to say. And will Jimmy finally explode and say, now, how do you guys like me now? If Jimmy busted out all of a sudden and went Tiger Woods, I'd love it.
Yeah. Hey, no, man, Ronbo, they're going to just find nitpicking little things. Oh, he needs to be a better pocket pass. Oh, he needs to have more time on his foot. That's what the media does.
Mm-hmm.
And Stevie Smith is the prime example.
Oh, yeah.
And Grant Cohn and everybody else.
And bringing his private life into it, I see. Well, why does that doesn't have anything to do with him on the football field? Let him date who he wants. What are you going to use that for? Yeah, anything to bother him. They're just jealous. Okay,
End of the day, Ronbo, we all faithful. We don't care what you do outside. Just don't get in trouble with the law and some crazy. If you're the man on the field, that's all we care about. We don't care who you're dating. We don't get in trouble. It doesn't matter. So you could. End of the day, that's what it is. Just don't get in trouble.
Yeah, and and as long as she doesn't run out on the field and get him, Jimmy, and get me, because stay in the stands. I'll talk to you later. Now, come on, behave.
Exactly.
Don't get mad at him. Let him date who he wants. We don't even know.
Just be what he wants.
What is her name again?
What's that?
What was the young what was the lady's name again that he got in trouble about?
You're talking about the porn star? Mia or something like that?
Yeah. We don't. She might be just an incredible person. Maybe people may be misjudging this whole situation. She may be like. She may have an intellect. She might have a lot of things to talk about. She might be a warm, loving person. People might be misjudging her too. So there. Jimmy might have great taste in women. He knows what he's doing.
And the thing is, like, let's be honest. Who would you rather have, Faithful? A porn star that is not going to be all crazy, or would you have a Ruben Foster, that girlfriend that remember you had, a wife? Let's be honest. Let's be real.
Go to the head of the class, Sheik. That was the perfect comparison. God.
Right?
Gotta go, Sheik. On that note, definitely gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw.
We'll let it be after that, Ronbo. But anyways, Ronbo, we'll go on and talk about this on Monday night. Shout out to you, sir, because you're the best in the business. You go 24 hours, you post, you're on every platform. So all hail Ronbo Sports. Faithful! Hit that like for Ronbo Sports and follow all platforms right underneath them. Go Niners, and we got the season. Let's go.
That's it.
All up. And shout out to Ronbo Fan Club.
Thanks, Sheik. Appreciate your family. You know this. I can't wait to hear tomorrow.
I appreciate that.
Nice, Sheik. Hey, Big John V, thanks, John, for that contribution. Hey, fam, because, I could talk about Jimmy G. I really hate it that he's not allowed to animate. There's quarterbacks all over the NFL that are screwing up, but nobody gets the spotlight as hardcore as Jimmy. I mentioned Tom Brady standing on the sidelines screaming at his wide receivers. Why? Because they're making him look bad. And I said also, Jimmy can't be on the sideline screaming at his guys because they're all learning the system. Now, in 2 or 3 years from now, if Debo's screwing up, Jimmy would have a right to jump in his butt because they've now learned the system long enough. There's no need for brain farts out on the field in the middle of a play. All right? And also, you look at Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers has been having difficulty for the last 3 years. Nobody's all over Aaron Rodgers. You know, he makes a mistake because the argument would be that Aaron Rodgers has established himself as one of the perennial quarterbacks in the NFL. He's allowed to make mistakes. Well, damn that. You know, I mean, he shouldn't be allowed to make those kind of mistakes. Drew Brees has actually made a few errors in this last couple of years, too. You know, coming out in the NFC Championship games every year is nothing to be saying, well, he's still a Hall of Famer. Okay, fine. Then how come he's not doing better? Give Jimmy G a break is what I'm saying. He can make mistakes. Russell Wilson. There's another guy. He's a regular season quarterback. That's all he is. And that's what he's going to continue to be. He gets into the big games, he'll make a mistake just like anybody else. That Super Bowl loss, that was epic. And maybe he didn't call that play, but he still was part of it. So don't tell me Russell Wilson is also inflammable. Yeah, he makes mistakes. He got picked off by Dre Greenlaw in that game, and he should have lost. So, you know, it happens. If you're a quarterback and you throw the ball 25, 35, 40 times a game, there's going to be moments where it's not perfection. Give a chance. John, hey, John, thanks, John. Thank you so much. He said, love you, bro, and the show. I speak for all of us when I say we appreciate you for the platform. Thanks, John. I'm humble in the presence, my man. Thanks, John. I'm gonna go ahead because if I can start talking about Jimmy G and the hate he gets compared to everybody else, I'll be here for all night. Fam, have a great night. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Hit that like, fam. I do love them likes. And when you think of the Niners, make you want to holler. Let it out. Niners! That's like doing aerobics for like an hour, man. It feels like, oh.